Chris Paoni, DDS. Community National Bank and Trust. Evans Motors. Exchange State Bank. Farm Bureau Financial Services. First National Bank. Fort Scott Community College. Girard National Bank. G&W Foods Family Super. Hydrix TV and Appliance. Canar Eye Care. Lehman Realty. Larrett Ceramics. Mathis Drug. McClellan Sanitation. Medical Lodges Girard. Mini Stop. Norris Outdoor. Pearls and Curls Boutique. Producers Cooperative Association. TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance. And Westridge Assisted Living. This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
And good Friday evening, everyone. Welcome to the weekend and welcome to week number 3 of the 2017 high school football season as we get settled in here for a good CNC matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Columbus Titans. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner running the camera as we get ready to kick this one off about 30 minutes, 27 minutes away from kickoff here from Columbus. Two teams that met a year ago. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But as we go into this ball game, the Girard Trojans coming in at 1-1 in CNC play, coming off a very good 35-0 win over Riverton at home last Friday night. Trojans jumped out to an early 7-0 lead on a run by Cam McFarland. He looked like Cam Newton in that ball game. Next drive, the Trojans added to the lead with a 9-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran. Creed also finished off another drive to get the Trojans his third touchdown, his second of the ball game. He would finish with 2. Cam McFarland would finish with 3. The guys run it very well against the Riverton Rams. They really played a pretty good ball game all around and scored on their first 3 drives. They forced 5 first-half punts by the Riverton Rams. Rams arguably struggling just a little bit, but I thought all in all the Trojans played very well up front, both on the offensive and defensive line. As we bring you in here, Zach, Chandler Humble in that ball game had an outstanding game to kind of lead that front 5 for the Trojans.
Oh, man, BJ, we were calling number 55 every single time, it seemed like. He was all over the field, he was in their face, and he had wrapped them up and put them down over and over and over.
Spent a lot of time in the backfield, and they will need a similar effort, if not better, tonight against a much better Columbus Titan team. Did have some drop passes. I'm sure that was part of the focus for the Trojans last week in practice as well. And then some quarterback reads, making sure you make the right read, being in the right spot. These quarterbacks are both on the field, both Ty Norris along with Kyler Siebert, and they will continue to do that. We talk with Coach Philpott coming up here in just a little bit on the pregame show. Columbus, number 3 ranked team in Class 4A Division II. They're 2-0, 1-0 in CNC play. They're coming off a 20-14 win over Pawnee, Oklahoma, a game they had to travel down a long road trip, got behind early 14-6 at halftime, came back, scored 8 points in the third, another 6 points in the fourth, and got the win 20-14 over Pawnee, Oklahoma. Talking to Coach Dan Grundy just a little bit ago on the field, walked up to him, asked him how his trip was to Oklahoma. I said they were just a tough, hard-nosed team, and it was good to get a physical play with them, and so he felt pretty good about their performance. But, man, they were led by Keenan Stanley. He's going to be the player for him here in this ball game. If you're watching video at home, watch out for Keenan Stanley, number 4. He had 19 rushes, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns against Pawnee, Oklahoma, and he is a very good player, one of the highly touted players. However, Zach, a little bit of history in this ball game. Coach Philpott actually mentions it in his interview a little bit, but the Trojans knocked off this Columbus team, a team destined for a state title run last year in Girard, and got the opportunity to host that game, and they made the most of their opportunity getting a big upset win.
Oh, for sure. There's not a Trojan fan out here that doesn't remember that game. That was a heck of a game, and a heck of an upset victory for the Trojans last year, and you got to believe that
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their e-Power checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today at 620-724-4558.
This is Trojan Football.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. You're listening to Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you, getting ready for the Trojans and the Titans coming up in just a little bit. Right now, we're going to hear from the head football coach of the Columbus Titans, Dan Grundy. He talked earlier with ESPN 100.7's Mike Snow to talk about how his team played last week on the road and a tough team in Pawnee, Oklahoma.
I thought they played pretty well. You know, it was kind of one of those things that we needed to experience, have that long bus ride and, have to get off, and it would be a completely new atmosphere, never been in a locker room, never been on the field for all the kids, and you just never know how they're going to respond, And we started out the gates real well. Second quarter, we played pretty flat. Gave up a long play right before half. They made a good call on their side, and, going down 14-6, but then the second half, it was really a physical battle, and our kids end up winning out and scoring 14 in the second half and putting it away. But it was a great game for a lot of different aspects. It played out kind of like I was hoping it would. I didn't know that it would, but I was hoping we'd get that long trip, get that playoff kind of environment, excitement, to it, and then have a physical game and learn a little bit about ourselves, and we definitely did all of those things.
Who stood out on the field for you last Friday?
Well, I tell you, we had a lot of kids that played real well, but, Rich Smith defensively, he gets a lot of praise for our quarterback play, but I felt at linebacker he was, delivering some shots, and their big thing was they were double tight and going to run the ball at you, and they were always going to make sure our D-line was double teamed because we had obviously we have, Sam and Nate Moyer and some guys up front that can play. And so he was allowed to play a little bit, but then he was delivering some shots once he got there. So I was really impressed with Ridge, the way he played defensively, really excited about that. And his other linebacker, Tommy Schallenberger, both those guys played real well. Offensively, Keenan had 177 yards rushing, and it really started all up front. His big runs all came when we got some push up front. We did have a guard or tackle wrapping, and he was following those guys and then making some secondary guys miss. And you just get some big plays like that. We ran the clock out in the last drive with we had about a 3rd and 8. Kel Smith makes a great catch, gets the first down, and we're able to put the game away from there. So, exactly kind of what we wanted, and hopefully we can build off it and go forward.
We're talking to Columbus Titan head coach Dan Grundy here on Coach's Corner, and You mentioned last week in double tight, line up in a phone booth and run it right at you. And with games on the schedule, Coach, with Colgan in a couple of weeks, Galena as a team, same style of play, and then, looking ahead into the playoffs, obviously you can't do that, but I can, and it's my show, so we're going to. A team like Holton, how similar was Pawnee to teams like that you'll face that run those line up in a phone booth and try to jam it down your throat type offenses?
Yeah, similar for the fact that our kids are having to we're very disciplined, and we're going to start with our eyes. So, very similar for the fact that our kids are having to line up the same way. They're having to look at the same keys a lot of times they do with those teams, and then having to be physical after that. And so it was a crucial game for that aspect. They rushed for 350 or 400 the first game of the season, and then we really kept their tailback in check for the most part. Their their drive in the second quarter. They kind of wore us out a little bit before we caught our second wind, and that was their long touchdown drive, and it just came right at us. But I felt our guys responded. Second half they really did not have much for rushing, and like I said, when you talk about playing these teams like what Colgan's going to do and what Galena is going to do, you need to play those teams that are physical up front and get your kids prepared for that, because it's hard to do that in practice nowadays. I mean, you just can't duplicate it because it's just a different time, and so you need those kinds of experiences in game, to obviously get yourself prepared for what's going to happen in the future in other games too.
We've got Girard coming in town tonight, Coach, for a CNC League game. They ended your season last year. I'm sure that conversation came up a time or two amongst the players this week.
Oh yeah, the seniors have been talking about that a little bit, but they obviously understand that probably what the difference was the preparation last year and them being a year younger and just not understanding that you can't take things for granted, and I kind of see them not doing that this week, But that being said, Girard with Coach Philpott, they're doing some great things over there, and what they do offensively can cause some confusion, and defensively, man, they're just sound, and so they make you real nervous. But I think our kids have done a good job preparing for them.
What do they do that concerns you in this matchup tonight?
Like I said, the last two teams we played have been in one formation the whole night, and just coming at you, and then they're going to do everything but that. They're going to get in 20 different formations with 5 different motions off all those formations, and so that's what we've been prepping for, is getting our kids to make sure they know what all scenarios before the snap, what they're going to be doing and how they're going to be reacting, and you hope then on Friday night that they can stay calm and react the same way they have all week in practice, because that's one of the things Girard's going to try to do is move kids around and try to cause some confusion. And then, like I said, they got a couple guys in the backfield between McFarland and Siebert that can run. So you've got to make sure that you're then able to make tackles once you get lined up right.
And coming off of a physical game in Pawnee, how's the injury report look?
We're pretty banged up. I mean, we're running back by committee. A lot of guys getting a lot of reps at this time, and we're probably as unhealthy as we've been in a long time, but that's okay. It gives more kids an opportunity. So, we got a lot of guys going on the field right now, and that's exciting. So we'll just see if we can get through a few weeks here.
Columbus Titan head coach Dan Grundy joining Mike Snow here on Girard Sports Live on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Up next, we're going to turn our attention to head man for the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. He'll join us next. You're listening to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live.
Paoni Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Paoni DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Paoni has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Paoni Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to paonidental.com.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you. Getting ready to talk to the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. His interviews here in this pregame show are brought to you by Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Coach has been getting the team tuned up, so why not get your car tuned up at Brumback Service Center, offering oil changes, new tires, alignments, muffler repair, and even country clipper mowers. Stop by and see the crew at Brumback Service Center. Call 620-724-6770. Coach, coming off a good win last Friday night to get in the winning column against Riverton. As you kind of went back and reviewed that ball game and thought about it, what was the difference for your team to be able to get that first victory of the year?
You know, we did some things pretty well. I thought we were pretty physical. Looked like we were in a little bit better shape. We can kind of control the momentum of the game there. That helps. But, you know, we made some improvements in some areas. Our kids are starting to, you know, get their grasp on some things. But we got to be able to clean some things up. We had some mental mistakes that we really didn't make the first week. We had some guys playing out of position or new positions, and that's bound to happen, but I thought overall we were pretty physical and played at a pretty good tempo and played fairly well.
Yeah, physicality really showed up front, especially running the football. You know, on your offense, obviously you're going to do some things on the edge. You're going to throw the ball down the field as well, but how important is it for the success of your offense to be able to run the ball between the tackles the way you did the other night?
You know, that's really a big part of it. You can run the ball, you can stop and run. That's the old adage, but it really is true for us. I think that's a big strength of our offense and defense both is on the line. And if we can get something established there, it's going to help us out down the road.
As you look at some of those nuances, some of those things that you're focusing on as far as improvement, when you went back to work on Monday, what was it that, top two priorities that you know you need to get better on to continue to improve and be where you want to be at the end of the season?
Quarterbacks, both of them need to read their keys a little bit better in the run game and learn some of our option stuff. And I think they're seeing it. I just don't think they're really reading it exactly right and being able to handle the pitch. That's going to be two big things that helps us right there with them. But also just not making the mental errors up front, you know, knowing where I'm going and who I'm getting working to and doing those things in the pass protection, you know, being technically sound. And that's something that we've got to really continue to work and work at our craft a little bit.
Yeah, talk about defensively, too. To pitch a shutout, it's always good, especially in the conference. And I felt like up front you guys, again, were very physical. But it also seemed like tackling improved pretty dramatically from week 1 to week 2. You guys were able to get to the play and finish it.
Yeah, you know, the shutout is always good. Our defense played exceptionally well. Didn't give up very much at all. A couple penalties here and there. That was the stuff we got to clean up a little bit on that side of it. But they read their keys and played the positions they need to play and played together pretty well. And that's, you know, as we're going down the road, that's got to continue to improve and continue to get better. But, you know, really, you kind of see it. Our guys last week a little bit, a little blood in the water when things are going well. They kind of start to enjoy it. And I think that was good for them to get a little taste of that after that first week. If, you know, we played well the first half and we were still behind, but, you know, when our guys are going, then they kind of pick it up and pick the intensity up a little bit, and hopefully we can roll into this next week with that.
Yeah, that gave you guys the opportunity to get some of those youngsters into the ball game, and they got a good 3 or 4 series late in the game. How important is it to develop some of that depth, especially that you don't really have, to get those young guys in the ball game?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to be able to be in a position to put those guys in and let them get a few reps on Friday night, because that's kind of the payoff for everybody. But develop some of those things. We got some young kids that we've been pleasantly surprised with that I think is going to help us. We've had them all on special teams here and there, but they got in there in some pretty key roles late in the game or even maybe third quarter, and that's going to help us down the road for sure. But just be able to put some depth and let those guys kind of get some experience and see what it's all about on a Friday night is always good.
Well, your reward for a win is a road game to take on one of the teams ranked in the top 5 in Class 4A Division II, and a kid that's probably one of the best athletes in Southeast Kansas, if not the entire state of Kansas, and Keenan Stanley. So you got the Columbus Titans tonight. What have you known? What have you learned from them, and what do you expect of this bowl game?
Well, I've kind of watched them 2 weeks now. We just see them against Riverton the first week, and they are good. They're an exceptional team. They've got their physical up front. They know what they're doing. They do a very good job of kind of mixing it up here and there, and they're pretty balanced. They've got some good athletes. For us, we're going to have to play, as a unit, as a whole team, and do our job, do our responsibilities, and rally to the ball. And I think going back and watching last year's playoff game, watching the film there, you saw our guys. That was how they won. There was a lot of things. They made some plays. They got some turnovers here and there, but they rallied the ball on defense and made some good plays here and there. And that's something that we're going to have to replicate this week.
All right, Coach. Well, it's about time to get it done. We appreciate your time as always, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We're going to step away, take another quick break. Still to come, we've got your keys to the game, starting lineups, opening kickoff from Columbus. It's the Trojans, Titans next on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here live, Columbus High School. Columbus, Kansas, getting ready for this CNC match between the Girard Trojans and the Columbus Titans. BJ Harris with you alongside me, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner getting ready for this one. Let's take a look at your area matchups around the area, brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Coming to talk with Willie if you're in the need for belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timekin bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie in Girard. Check out the new landscaping there on the curb as well. As you go in there, it looks good in the downtown Girard area. Galena's at Baxter Springs tonight. Galena 2-0, one of the top teams in the CNC right now. In fact, sitting in the driver's seat of the CNC. Colgan winners last night over Frontenac 20-0. That was a big surprise to me. So Colgan moves to 2-1. Frontenac 1-2 on the year. Riverton is taking on Coffeyville. A couple of teams struggling right there. Coffeyville, I think, the winner in that one. Southeast is taking on Sarcoxy in the CNC. In the SEK, we've got Independence at Parsons. A couple of 0-2 teams trying to get right. Fort Scott 2-0 at Chanute. That's probably the premier matchup in the SEK. Coffeyville at Riverton, I mentioned already. Labette County at Osawatomie in a non-conference ball game. And probably the biggest one to pay attention to, Pittsburgh at Webb City. Pittsburgh 2-0. Getting ranked in top five in 5A right now in Kansas. Webb City 4-0, always one of the top teams in Southwest Missouri. That's the premier matchup. This one probably number 2 in the region here tonight. Let's take a look at your starting lineups brought to you by Pearls and Curls Boutique. Trojans will be looking in style, but nowhere near the style you'll find at Pearls and Curls Boutique, a great new shabby chic boutique located next door to Sheer Expressions on the south side of the square in Girard. See all new arrivals at facebook.com/Pearls and Curls KS. Look for that. Starting lineups for the Girard Trojans. Quarterback will be Kyler Siebert, 6 foot, 184-pound senior. The running back, of course, Cam McFarland, 5'9", 156-pound senior. Wide receivers, Gage Shirtano, Austin Noe, and Creed Curran. Creed will get in the backfield a little bit as well up front for the Trojans. Leading the way in that interior line, Wade Boatman, 5'11", 251, and a junior. The guards are Chase Bryant and Cole Cuthbertson. I thought Cole had a great game defensively last week as well as offensively. Left tackle, Chandler Humble. He had a very good game defensively and offensively. And then the other tackle is Carter Doherty. They play both ways, all those guys do. And the tight end is Matt Saban for the Trojans. Starting lineup for the Columbus Titans, it'll be for them. Left tackle's Nate Moyer. Left guard is Tyler Stice. The center is Bryce Davis. Right guard is Tucker Coble. Right tackle Sam Eddington. Wide receiver is Cale Smith. The other wide receiver, Dakota Sears, along with Clay Saporito. And the running back's Grayson Walden. The fullback, the guy's going to get the ball a lot, Keenan Stanley, and quarterback's Ridge Smith for this one. Quickly, Zach, your keys to the game brought to you by Fort Scott Community College. With 40 fields of study, there is something for everyone at Fort Scott Community College. Students can take general courses or complete an associate's degree or certificate. Visit fortscott.edu or call 620-223-2700 for more information. Zach?
All right, BJ. My key to this game, I think, is mistake-free. They need to play mistake-free football. That means keep the penalties low, limit or eliminate turnovers altogether, and they got to catch the ball. There were too many opportunities last week. Fortunately for the Trojans, they were in good enough shape that it didn't cause them too much of a problem, but this week they're going to need every yard that they can get.
Yeah, they were in a position to be able to throw the ball because they had such a good lead, but if you get that situation, they'd be happy to take it. Run the ball up front. Trojans offensively need to continue to have a good offensive line that really played well a week ago, and that really needs to be the strength of the Trojans. So far it was last week. Let's see if they do it again. Opening kickoff is always brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even glasses from Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Columbus Titans in those red tops, gold bottoms, lining it up to kick it away is big fella Hector Fontanez, 5'9", 174-pound freshman kicker for the Titans. Back deep to receive. Creed Curran along with Cam McFarland. Short kick, going to find that little hole. You're lucky it gets out of bounds. If you're the Trojans, they got to be able to look for that, I think, from the coaching standpoint to know that's coming again, because that fell right in a nice spot by Fontanez, and if the Titans can get down there and cover it up, that's their ball. And luckily for them, it goes out of bounds. Trojans are going to get very good field position to start this ball game. Last week, the Trojans did have good field position throughout the ball game, and that really led to some of the success they had as well. So Trojans on offense to get things going, moving from right to left as you watch it there on your screen. Kyler Siebert, the quarterback, going to call the plays. Ty Norris comes in as well. Those guys have shared pretty equal time. Kyler has started every ball game as a senior. Two wide receivers on the far side, one to the near side. That is Shirtano. 2 men in the backfield. They'll send Saban across from that wing spot. Turn, handoff. McFarland cuts and gets the grain. Dragging a defender. He's got a gain of a couple. Up off the right side for the Titans. Tackle made for them by Ridge Smith. Smith, a good one. He's their quarterback as well. But a good, strong kid inside at 5'10", 185-pound linebacker and quarterback. And we'll say his name quite a bit. But a good gain on first down. A gain of second and 7, rather. A gain of 3 for Cam McFarland.
Yeah, I think we can expect to see a lot of Cam tonight. Hopefully get the cramping issues figured out that he kind of dealt with a little bit the last couple weeks.
Yeah, same play. Send this time Curran across the formation. same side anyways, and that time they bottled up pretty nicely. Tackle made in there by Caden Soper, along with the Titans number 81, big guy in there, Austin Lago, 6'4", 170, and a senior. And no gain, 0 yards on that one. No gain to bring up a 3rd down and 7 here for the Trojans. Just underway, first quarter, opening drive for the Girard Trojans. 11:02 and counting in this opening quarter. Now 1 minute into the ball game. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Inside out, it's Saban, Curran, and Shirtano. McFarland in the backfield with Siebert, who's about 4 yards deep. Straight drop, look, let it fly. He's got Saban in and out of his hands again. And it'll be, last week had some trouble holding on to the football. That one on the money where it needed to be. It wasn't going to be enough for a first down anyways, I don't believe. It was about a yard shy of the sticks, and there was a defender right there on him. And so it'll bring up a 4th down in a punting situation here for the Trojans. Back there to return it. Cale Smith sits on the far side, number 6. And on the near side, it is Keenan Stanley. Again, Stanley, one of the highly touted players in the region. Punted away. Nearly blocked. I think it did get partially tipped. Penalty flag comes in. It's going to be a flag against the Titans, I think, running into the kicker.
Yeah, it looks like he might have just caught a little piece of that leg if he come in.
The punter on there for the Trojans was Caden Lolleman, 5'7", 173-pound freshman, kicking it. But they're going to say running. I'd probably just running into the kicker. I think that's an option in high school football. And so if it is, that'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up a 4th down still, but the Titans nearly get to that one. It is a 5-yarder, and so they'll march that forward to bring up a 4th down and about 2 once they mark this off. And so that's where we sit. 10:36 to go, just underway first quarter in this one. Trojans' first offensive possession going to end in a punt. I suspect they'll bring it again. Good thing about that is it'll give them a chance to maybe get a little bit of kick. And I think the key here is kick it away from these 2 return men. Try if you can. It's where the Titans are benefiting from the fact that they've got 2 guys who can return it because you can't really kick it away from both of them. I'd say kick it away from Stanley first to make the other guy beat you. The other guy is Cale Smith, another senior, 6'2", 170, good-looking cat. Back there to return kicks. Well, now they're going to do something else. They decline it to take the football and take the kick. Ooh. I don't know, that's a tough one, Zach, because I think Coach maybe playing the hand he was dealt there because doesn't want them to get in and actually get a blocked kick because that wasn't protected very well.
Yeah, he got in there awful fast.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to go and just take their medicine on that one. So I think it was partially blocked and still got down to the 35-yard line. So that's what we'll see here. The Trojans will go ahead and have their first defensive effort here against this very good and high-flying Titan offense. 1 man in the backfield. Ridge Smith under center. The man in the backfield is Grayson Walden. Walden will get it off the left side. Going to break through and not have much there. Well played. They're coming in the alley, making that play for the Trojans. Carter Doherty was on that play side. Somebody else came flying in. Maybe it was Saban, I believe, that came up to make that play defensively for the Trojans. Only a gain of 1 for the Titans. It'll bring up a 2nd down. So a 1-yard gain there for Walden. Will bring up a 2nd down and 9 for the Titans. Smith will go under center once again. They'll go back to I think what's going to be their more traditional setup. Zach Porter, the fullback. The tailback is Stanley. Smith, turn. Get in the belly of Stanley, trying to catch the edge. Siebert, he gets around him. Stanley going to try to break through 1 tackle. It's going to be shy of a 1st down. Good open field tackle by Cam McFarland to make that play. It's going to be a yard shy, so that'll be a gain of 8 on the play for Stanley. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 here for the Titans. 9:49 to play in the first quarter. 0-0 still your score. Opening drive for the Titans. So an 8-yard pickup by Stanley will bring up a 3rd down and 1 for Columbus. And now I don't know if there's any need to measure that. I think everybody in here has a pretty good idea of where that ball's at. But I think they're going to go ahead and bring the chains out. Well, eventually they're going to bring the chains out. Let's work a little faster, boys. Good night.
Bringing it out for a measurement.
Yeah, that's
after a little consultation there.
And it needed to get up to the 46-yard line, and it was clear he was brought down shy of the 45. So I thought even he probably got a fairly generous spot. It's going to be short of the 1st down. Maybe they just want to know exactly where it's at. That's the play. That's the coach. The ball. The team with the ball's call. Josh will get in there tight and try to see if you can have that guy move. That would be ideal. See if he can move real quick.
You can see a little bit of the
throw something out. Yeah, no kidding. And so they gesture there, give it about a foot short, maybe a little over a foot, 2 feet short.
Coach there was trying to keeping the, it looks like press maybe down there, was keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
So we were all surprised when the call comes through.
I think that's their stat keeper down there.
Yeah.
May have to go talk to him, Zach.
I'm all over it.
So to bring up a third down and short, as we said a moment ago, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 1 here for the Titans. Moving from left to right, Smith will be under center. Again, the fullback is the big guy, Walden, and the tailbacks is Stanley. I don't think he's got it. No, he's going to get a very good spot. Trojans do sniff it out. Gage Shirtano, Carter Doherty in there, along with the Trojans. It is going to be enough for a first down. Also in there on the tackle for Girard, Austin No, making the play for them. And so it'll be enough for a first down, but making the Titans turn it a little bit here early. 9:37 to play, first quarter, no score. Opening offensive drive here for Columbus, moving from left to right. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. 2 men to the backfield. Smith will go to the shotgun for the first time tonight. Stern handed off Stanley again. He's got a big hole. Coming to the near side. Cuts back against the grain. Finally going to be upended, but not before he gets it across the 35-yard line. And so that's about a 16, 17-yard pickup. 18-yard pickup for Stanley on that carry all the way up to the 35-yard line. And so the Titans hustle to the line of scrimmage. You see this on Saturdays in the college football game, a tempo. When you have a big play, you get to the line real quick and run it. Same formation with Smith in a short shotgun with 2 guys flanking him. He's going to pass. Looks down the field, lets it fly. He's got his man down the field. Good position, but goes back to get it. Nope, can't. He dropped it. Incomplete pass it should be. Did that come out of his hands, didn't it?
They may be saying that it didn't come out until he landed on it on the ground. But
yeah, you've got to make that play all the way through. I was surprised they didn't call that incomplete.
I mean, if I had a red flag, I'd be throwing it.
Absolutely. I think Creed Kern had pretty good position, I think, initially, but then the ball was kind of underthrown, and he went back to go get it. So a big pass all the way up to the 5-yard line. It's a 30-yard completion, and they'll march it a little bit closer to the goal line. A 30-yard completion to Cale Smith is on that one. And so it'll bring up a 1st and goal, first play. Not going to get him there. A gain of maybe 2 on the play. Called a gain of 3. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 3. Move across the motion. They'll hand off to Stanley. That was bottled up again by the Trojans. Good goal line stand on that one. The second attempt, no good. No gain on the play by Stanley.
You got Siebert in on that. You got Hummel in on that. A big old gang.
Yep, so 0 there on the run by Stanley. And it will bring up a 3rd down and goal from the 3 once again. 8:14 to go, first quarter, no score, but the Titans knocking on the door. 2 wide receivers to the far side. I wouldn't put it past them to pass on this down. High formation, Walden the fullback. No, Porter the fullback. Stanley the tailback. Smith under center. Turn, go to Stanley again. Spin against the grain. Trojans there. Can they bottle him up? No, he leans into the end zone. And it is going to be a touchdown for the Titans. Titans knocking in a 3-yard gain by Stanley to put that one and put the Titans up early 6-0. And now they'll come on for the point after attempt.
They did a good job of sniffing out that back after he put a little twist, a little spin on him, but still just couldn't hold him out of there.
And the Titans look like they're going to line up. They had a guy kicking off that was a freshman, so they may go for 2 often here tonight. And so Smith will go back to that shotgun. This time Stanley just to his left. Now they look to the sideline, and I think they may have a personnel issue. One guy short. So now the play clock starts to become an issue. They'll bring Porter in as a fullback, and they go back to that formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side. 1 to the far side. Send a man across the formation. Smith going to pass. A little quick slant in and out of his hands. And incomplete. Score will remain 6-0. That should have been caught, intended for Cale Smith. But that will bring up our first break of the ball game. Titans take an early 6-0 lead. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football. This is Trojan football.
Back out here, Columbus High School. B.J. Harris, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner. Titans go down the field. Started that at their own 35-yard line, so a 65-yard drive. Capped off on that 3-yard run by Keenan Stanley. 6 carries, 34 yards for Stanley on that drive alone. Not too shabby.
Well, we knew we were going to be seeing number 4 a lot, and I got the stats to prove it.
Yeah, here's the Trojans. That's again nearly backing off that one. They got to be smarter on that one, come up and play it closer, because one of these times he's going to get that to stay in bounds, and the Trojans are bailing on that one, and they just need to communicate. Coaching staff needs to let them know that time. Josiah Thomas and the guy, you may have to stay up there. I know it's your instinct to get back to where you need to go, but you got to be smart and watch that one come as it comes to you. Trojans on their last drive forced a punt, went 3 and out. And will come back on offense. Moving from right to left, it'll be Siebert. And that shotgun. Turn, handoff. McFarland. Good cut out by McFarland, but caught in the backfield. Boy, good play. Looked like he was going to have a nice gap off there, but a nice tackle for Columbus. Zach Porter coming in to make that play for the Titans. And I thought maybe that was Tommy Schallenberger, but they say Porter on it. And it's a good tackle. It looked like it was going to be open, but it doesn't. So it'll bring up a second down. And just a 1-yard gain by McFarland. They bring up a second down and 9. 2 wide receivers on the near side. McFarland in the backfield once again. Siebert will send McFarland actually in motion, and he gets read up perfectly. Well played by the Titans, man. They had that one bottled up. Caden Soper all over it. 5'10", 175-pound junior. Nothing but a thing there. Trojans struggling just a little bit offensively. That's a loss of 3 now on the play by McFarland. And it will bring up a 3rd down and 12 here for the Trojans. Not the situation you want to put yourself in. Thomason will come to split out to the near side, so will Curran. He'll be the slot. Far side wide receiver is Shirtano. Siebert, plenty of time, good up front. Now Siebert's going to scramble. He wants to run it, puts it on the ground. Penalty flag's going to come flying in here. And it will bring up a 4th down most likely. That's going to be against, I believe, maybe not. It might be holding in that secondary, because I don't think there was any Trojans necessarily out there other than wide receivers. And so it may be holding against the Titans. We will see what they decide to call here.
You know, they're giving a little bit of pocket there for a minute. Might have been a holdback in that pass protection as well.
Well, the flag's sitting clear out here, though, at the 45-yard line. So it's going to be hold. It is hold, defensive holding.
It is.
Well, Dogs called a few ball games, Zach. Trojans going to get a break here. That's going to bring up a 4th down, no doubt about it. That should be a spot foul. And so this should be a 1st down for the Trojans. They should move the chains here. And it will...
Maybe you need another...
They're going to mark that all the way from the beginning of the play. I thought it was a spot foul. They say it's from the beginning of the play. That's a tough break for the Trojans. It goes only going to be a gain of 3, but it will be a replay of 3rd down. And so they'll get a crack at it on a 3rd and short. Holding, against the defense. Call from the official. And so now Trojans much better field position here. 3rd down and 3 from the 42-yard line. 6:34 to go. First quarter, 6-0 your score. Trojans trail Columbus here on the road. Class 4A2 teams and CNC foes. Curran will go in motion. Siebert, turn. Nope, going to keep it himself. Option. He wants to kick it. Nope, going to hold it. And I think that was pretty well played. I was going to say maybe Coach Philpott in our pregame show talked about his quarterbacks and reading the defense a little bit better on their keys, but I think they didn't have much to read there. That was well played by all those guys, and so it will bring up a 4th down and about 3 now. Penalty flag. Looks like maybe another flag came in.
Well, what are you going to call here? We'll see if maybe we need to get you a checkered shirt.
I'm going to call a crew that needs to work quicker because this is already taking forever. 4th down. 4th down is the play. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play officially on the carry by Siebert. A loss of 1 on the run by Siebert. And it will. These kids down in front of us are making me nervous.
Yeah.
I have one about that size, and I know she'd have this table knocked over so fast.
Yeah, I see some cords down there. Yeah. You know, that's kind of stuff that they like to get tangled up in. Well, I think Coach Philpott may call a timeout here. Now he wants an explanation for the official. I agree. What's taking so long, and
why is it fourth down? I think he should have known if it was going to be fourth down, there wasn't a penalty, then it's easy. Call fourth down and run it out there. So struggling just a little bit here. And now White Hat, to his credit, will go over and give Neal some explanation here as those guys work it out. And good work by Josh. Get that shot for you. 5:52 to play. Titans take their opening drive down the field and score. Again, what did you have? 6 carries by Keenan Stanley for 34 yards on that one drive. And so he was a workhorse. He had over 100 yards last week against in that ball game against Shawnee, Oklahoma. In fact, he had 19 carries for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Already got one here in this ball game. Here's the punt situation. Lallemand to kick it. Good wobbly kick, but long enough. Is going to take a nice Trojan roll as well. And well done by the freshman Lallemand on that punt.
Yeah, especially considering there's another Titan in the backfield awful darn fast again.
And so
the big guys up front, got to give them just a little bit more time, or one of those might get behind them.
So Columbus will start at their own 29-yard line here with 5:37 to play in this first quarter. And they've ran several formations. That's another thing. They make you practice a lot of different things because they have so many different formations. This has been kind of their base. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side, 2 men in the backfield with Stanley to the left. Now send a man out of motion. They're going to the swing pass out here. Oh, Kyler Siebert all over him. Kyler read that perfectly, kept that outside contained, and flat-backed Grayson Walden. What a play by Kyler Siebert. Boy, your quarterback come out here and stroke somebody like that, and right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and award that. We've got our big hit of the game brought to you by the folks there at Bradshaw Collision Repair. Thanks to their support, as always. Hit of the game brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If a deer ends up tackling your car like the Trojans just tackled that play, take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. A run off the left side. Bottled up once again by the Trojans. Thomason on that one. A good play. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. Kyler Siebert with our Bradshaw Collision Repair hit of the game. Brings up a 3rd down and 13, a 1-yard gain on that one for the Titans off that left side. And so we're going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Columbus. Ridge Smith in shotgun. He's got Walden to his right. Looking to pass. 4 wide receivers. Lets it fly. Throwing it deep. Overthrown. Another hard hit in the backfield. As Austin No comes in and strokes Ridge Smith. And boy, what an answer, what a response by the Trojan defense after they were on their heels that entire first drive to answer back and have such a good stand right there.
Oh yeah, BJ, they definitely stepped it up, getting great pressure back in there, stopping the running back before they get anything going that drive.
So a 3 and out here by Columbus. Looking to punt it is Tommy Schallenberger. His heels stand beyond his 15-yard line. He'll kick it away. Left-footed kicker, short kick. Trojans got to get away from it. And just watch out. The Titans do get a nice friendly roll, but still the Trojans going to have excellent field position as they'll have it at their own 47-yard line. Here with 4:12 to play in this first quarter. 6-0 your score. Trojans trail by 6. And I kind of go back. A nice possession like that. Trojans fell behind. A lot of these guys played a year ago in that playoff game. And they need some confidence built to get it back into their mind that they can beat this Columbus Titan team like they did a year ago. And that's what happened. Things started to go against Columbus for the Trojans. I think Columbus folded a little bit. The Trojans took advantage of it. See if they can do it again here. 2 wide receivers to the near side. 1 to the far side. McFarland in the backfield with Siebert. He'll spin it. Let it fly. Nearly intercepted. It's caught by a lineman. Somehow, Chandler Humble. Give Chandler Humble a reception.
give him a reception. And then,
no gain on the play. In fact, it'll be a loss of about 3. A negative 4-yard reception for Chandler Humble. That'll put him in the stat book, somewhere he probably doesn't want to be. That was swatted away. Again, those guys are pretty big up front. I talked about 81. That's who got that, Austin Lagle. He 6'4", 170-pound senior right there in the middle of your screen, and big guy. Loss of 4 to play to bring up a 2nd down and 14 for the Trojans. Saban in the slot. Current wide receiver. Straight drop. Again, good position. And that ball just off the mark. Intended for Shirtano, but Siebert left it too far outside. The Trojans 3rd down and 14 now. And so Trojans come out in 2 straight passes on this possession. Not what I probably would have ordered up if I'm the Trojans. And you have a good defensive stop, and then you come back on offense and you run 2 straight pass plays at the 45, 47-yard line. Try to run the ball. Keep establishing that run if you're Coach Philpott. But now got yourself in a situation. 3:27 to play in this first quarter. 6-0 your score. Trojans trail by 6. Siebert rolling. Intercepted. 3 straight plays and intercepted right into the hands of the Titans. Zach Porter, the 5'9", 180-pound senior. Intercepted, returned back up. So 3 straight passes. The old adage is 3 things can happen on a pass, and 2 of them are bad. Incompletion, interception, or it can be completed. And so the odds are not in your favor when you let that ball air, and that's what happened right there. And so now the Titans will have it down inside the 40-yard line at the 38-yard line where they'll take over.
Yeah, Trojan did not do a very good job that time putting themselves in a good position in 3rd down, and they paid a price for it.
That's at the Girard 38. Here with 3:20 to play in the first quarter. Under center, Smith will go I formation, the deep back Stanley. Turn, handoff to him on the left side. Bottled up. Nope. Yeah, he's trying to get there. Well played. Down inside again. Austin, no, he had a big hit on the quarterback. It wasn't a sack, but Austin's had a good ball game so far. 5'10", 164-pound senior. Coming in there, got a hold of his leg and held him from getting out of it. And then the Trojan mass came and got him. And so it'll be no gain. No gain on the run by Stanley. His 7th carry of the ball game. And it'll bring up actually I think it might be his 8th carry of the ball game. Bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Titans. Trojan D, let's see if they can hold him again. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. He'll send Walden out of the backfield. Keep it. Smith bottled up. Trojan D again, all over it. Well played there by the Trojans. Saban coming in there along with Chandler Humble to make the play for the Trojans. Also in there for Girard is Joseph Dixon, 6'1", 213-pound junior. Trojans have quite a few guys who actually been rotating in there on that D tackle spot. Last week we saw Dixon, saw Cole Cuthbertson play a lot, Wade Boatman, Chandler Humble, Carter Doherty, Chase Bryant, and those guys get some rotation in there. Bryant over the ball right now. Oh, Clay Udock, big fella as well. Watching that ball. 3rd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain on the quarterback keeper by Smith.
You know, Coach got to be happy with the way they answer that back to that interception. Come out here, keep hitting hard, and just try to stop them.
Here's Stanley hit again in the backfield and stroked. Chandler Humble cleaned it up, but not before Austin No again in there to bottle him up. Helped out again by Joseph Dixon. Those 2 young men kind of got him bottled up, and then it was Humble to come in and clean the mess. So that's going to be a 2-yard loss on the run by Stanley. It'll bring up a 4th down and 9 here for the Titans. Minute 34 to go, first quarter. 6-0 your score. Columbus on top of the Trojans here from Columbus. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and that's probably okay here in this field position. We'll see if the Trojans can hold one more time. Shotgun formation. Send a man in motion from right to left. Walden and Stanley either side of quarterback Ridge Smith. Now just trying to maybe draw the Trojans off sides. It's be a timeout taken by Columbus. We will take it along with them. Titans going to take a break. We'll take it with them. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football right here on your home for Girard Trojan Athletics. Girard
Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Trojan Football.
Back out here live. 4th down. Here for the Titans. Trojans trying to hold once again. 4th and 9. looking to pass. Smith, plenty of time, worked his way all the way across the field and found his man wide open. And it's going to be up near the 10-yard line. A big gain there of 23 yards on the pickup. 23 yards on the pass to number 35. That is Dakota Sears, 5'8", 165-pound senior. Ridge Smith worked his way all the way across the field. He had his first guy covered, second guy covered, and there was Sears coming across, and that was a 18-yard pickup to Sears. And now the Titans once again knocking on the door here with under a minute to play in the first quarter. Smith will send a man across the formation, turn, handoff Walden on the left side. Cuts back against the grain, a good gain of about 4 yards. Up just shy of the 10-yard line. They'll give him a gain of 5 on the play all the way up to the 5-yard line. On a carry by Walden. Tackle made by Josiah Thomason. And it'll bring up a second down and 6 for this one. Yep.
On that long pass, number 35, he just came across, his man must have just lost him. He was just completely uncovered coming across the field.
Threw a lot to the left side, and then he came back to the right side.
Yep.
Here's Smith. Shotgun, turn, let it fly. He's got his man wide open, too much on it. That time, Creed Curran in coverage, and he got shook off his coverage once again. Cale Smith. That's a tough order for Creed. 6'2", 210. Nope, that's Stanley. Smith is 6'2", 170. That's not that much bad. Not much worse. Good night. And they got some cats here on this team for sure. 16.9 seconds brings up a third down.
Anyway, he got a bit of a rocket. He fired that sucker over there.
Yeah, he put it on it. He's a good player. The fact that he read that one on that last big play on that big pass conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Here they go on third down and 6. Smith nearly lost it. He'll turn a handoff to Stanley. Up the middle. Stanley into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. A 10-yard carry and a touchdown. His second of the ball game for Stanley. And the Titans strike again. Go up now 12 with the 2-point conversion forthcoming. Well, the short field on the interception gave them that opportunity, and you turn over the football and it turns into points pretty quickly.
Yeah, a couple of short offensive possessions, definitely putting the pressure on the defense early.
Holds, snaps back, holds down, kick is up. He got all of it, but I think he missed it. No good. And so the score will remain 12-0. Trojans down by 12 here. Just 10.8 seconds left to go here in the quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan Football.
Back at her Columbus High School, BJ Harris, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner. 10.8 seconds to go. 10.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Trojans down 12-0, giving up an interception on their second offensive possession for the Trojans. Third offensive possession, rather, for the Trojans. And gave a short field. Titans headed to the Girard 38-yard line. Still took them 3 minutes to score, but a 5-play, 38-yard drive capped off on a 10-yard touchdown run by Keenan Stanley. A big play on that one, a 18-yard pitch and catch on fourth down to keep it alive. Here this time, the Thomason does field it. Well played by him. Up the middle it'll go, and Trojans will have pretty good field position for this one final play of the first quarter. They'll have it up to the 38-yard line, and so Girard will have it at the Columbus 38. Here with 6.2 seconds to go in the first quarter. 12-0, your score. Trojans trailing Columbus here on the road. Who knew it was going to be a tough CNC battle? A very good team that's ranked third right now in Class 4 Division 2. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Here's Siebert in at quarterback. Turn, going to keep it himself. That's well read by Kyler. Trying to turn it up inside, but well played. He's been in on a few of them. Has Zach Porter. 5'9", 180-pound senior, makes the play. That's the end of the first quarter. Trojans trail by 12. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is a first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Trojan Football.
Here we go, second quarter action from Columbus. Trojans trail 12-0. Brings up a second down and 8 here as they have it. Titans show blitz, nearly get it in the backfield. They do. Never got into the belly. That's that same cat. Trojans are having trouble right now with Zach Porter. Not a big dude, 5'9", 180, but he is playing in the backfield a lot. And Creed Curran, that's a loss of 6 on the play. I'd call a loss of 5. Bring up a 3rd and 14 here for the Trojans. 11:34 just underway here, second quarter. Titans take advantage of a first quarter interception, short field and score to add to their lead here.
I've definitely seen kind of a little bit of a trend in that first quarter and kind of carrying over into the second is that third and really long.
Yeah, here we got it again. 3rd and 14, pressure comes. Siebert, nothing doing. Trojans blew it up. Two guys had a little meet me at the quarterback sandwich there. Was Austin Lagle along with another big fella, Sam Eddington, 6'2", 240-pound senior, and a big sack, a big loss in the play. Unfortunately for Kyler, that shows up as a run and a big loss on the play of about 10 yards. And it'll bring up a 4th and 24.
Now, BJ, I'm no expert, but I bet they're going to punt it here.
Yeah, you are correct.
I feel safe.
Hard count, maybe got a guy off sides. No, Lallman's going to put his boot into it. Pretty good kick by Lallman. Take a good Trojan roll. Boy, I tell you what, he did himself a favor there. Nice job by the youngster getting in there and putting his foot into it. That's how you get on the field. I was on special teams as a freshman. Caden Lallman, 5'7", 173-pound freshman, and boots that one and helps his team out dramatically to kind of make the Titans have to work for it. And so the punt will give the Titans the ball at their own 39-yard line here with 10:32 to play in this second quarter.
Yeah, definitely no surprise to anybody that knows Caden that he's finding his way on the field early and making a difference already. Definitely help the field position game on that kick.
I think there's a rule you have to have a Lallman on the field on the team at any time. I think you just have to spread out perfectly to have Caden on the field right now. His brother graduated a year ago, was a big leader for them, Austin. So here come the Titans once again. Turn, handoff. Stanley again. He's been the workhorse, and he's had marginal success. This time he's not going to have any Trojans all over it. Kyler Siebert, once again, another good defensive play there by Kyler. And it's going to be no gain on the play on the run by Stanley. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Titans. They've flipped it now, going from right to left. 10:04 to play in the first half. 2 wide receivers near his side. Stanley, the deep back. The fullback is that guy who had a lot of plays, Porter. And Ridge Smith, the quarterback, will go under center. Turn, handoff. Stanley again coming this way. This time he's got a little bit of running room. Trying to go up. Trojans going to up in him. Well played on the defensive end again. Out on the edge. Camden McFarland coming up and tripping him up. And Stanley slow to get up.
Got away from one guy in the backfield. Put a nice stiff arm on somebody, but they ended up getting him with the...
Well, Stanley, the workhorse, he's been playing a lot, and he comes and takes his helmet off, comes to the sideline, and it's going to be a gain of 3 for him. But it will bring up a 3rd down and 7, and so Trojans had a good defensive stop a while ago, and then had to give up the interception, but now they're trying to do it once again here. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Watch that guy in the slot. He had a big play. Dakota Sears. He'll send him in motion from left to right. Pressure coming. Screen pass. Going to be bottled up by the Trojans. Well played. Thomason on it, along with Austin No. Reading that one. The Trojans are trying to come in there and get in the face of the wide receiver as well. It's going to be short of a first down, and most would tell you this is a punting situation, although Coach Grundy, traditionally a bit of a gunslinger, and okay with taking some chances, but this time it looks like he is going to run the punt team on, and another good answer by the Trojans. And it will bring up a 4th down and a punting situation.
Yeah, definitely proven that they're not afraid to throw the ball around.
Yeah, they are high flying. He's really got them going down here in Columbus, but Trojans get a stop there. Punt it, kick it away with that left-footed kicker. Tommy Schallenberger can kick it out of bounds. Trojans not have terrible field position, but the good part is a good stop, and so Girard will have it at their own. I think that ball went out about the 21-yard line, so their own 21 here with 8:22 to play in the second quarter. Trojans trail at 12-0. But the defense, up and down, but that time certainly up and made a big stop. And Stanley out of the ball game on that one. So a good punt. Oh, on the punt return, no return on the punt return, but 22 is the kicker. And it will be a Ty Norris into the ball game at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself, run that little option play, and runs it up inside. And it's going to be a gain of about 4 on the play. Ty Norris' first carry of the ball game is a 4-yard gain. And it'll bring him a 2nd down and 6 here for the Trojans. It's these two quarterback situation is a difference, and these two guys are battling out for that spot. And I don't even know if it's a battle. I think it's kind of a sharing situation. But Kyler's going to get a break, and he needs it. He plays both ways on offense and defense, and so Norris will come in here on this drive and try to give them a little change of pace. Going to hand off. No, going to keep it now. Kicks out and says, "Here, you take it." Hot potato, and it's going to be a loss. I think 1 on the play, and I think the give was there. I think that was misread. We talked to Coach Philpott, mentioned a little bit about, reading it properly, and I think the give to the near side was McFarland, and it would have gone, I think, pretty good if he had done it. 7:22 to play in the first half. Trojans trail 12-0. Now 3rd down. Actually, give him a no gain on the play. We're going 3rd down and 6 rather. 2 wide receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Here's Norris. Let the play. Nearly intercepted. If it had been, it would have been to the house. Didn't see him coming. Tommy Schallenberger all over that one.
Lucky for the Trojans there. He was thinking about the end zone before he got the ball in his hands.
Yep. It was intended for Shirtano, but it was almost better thrown for Schallenberger, and another punting situation for the Trojans. Tough break there for Norris, and that guy just kind of sunk back there at that linebacker spot and came flying across there. And so another punting situation here for the Trojans.
Back to return. Cale Smith, Keenan Stanley.
And Lallman again will kick this one into it. High bounce, going to be fielded by Smith coming to the near side. Be tracked down, trying to be tracked down, but just to his feet, just enough got him. Boy, that was probably a touchdown-saving tackle for the Trojans. Cruz Jarnigan, 5'8", 136-pound sophomore, come flying down there and had to bend back around. Good thing he was fast enough to trip up Smith, but not before another good long run and a great field position again here by Columbus, as they will start this inside Trojan territory at the Trojan 35-yard line.
Yeah, Cruz just got him by the shoestring there.
Yeah, I mean, literally by the shoestring. It's actually at the 36 officially here with 6:52 to play. About a 40-yard return on the play there by him. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 here for the Titans. Stanley back in the ball game and looking good. Oh, gnarly spin move there. And it's a good gain up across the 25, up near the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 12 on the play. A 12-yard pickup there by Stanley. And it will move the chains, give the Titans. They hustle to the line of scrimmage once again. They keep you on your toes, do the Columbus Titans. Here's Reg Smith will settle under center. At I formation again. It's a good-looking look for him. Stanley, patience, but bottled up. They spins out of one tackle, and Shirtano jumps on board. And boy, Carter Doherty was on top of that one to make it at the line of scrimmage and just couldn't quite get through his man completely. And it's a big gain again by Stanley. It'll be a gain of about 6 on the play by Stanley. And to bring up a 2nd down and 4 here with 6:22 to play. Titans trying to add to their lead. Trojans just trying to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, anybody at home that hadn't seen Stanley play is definitely getting to see why he gets so much talk about the skills he brings running the ball. He come off 2 guys, broke two tackles, finally big 55 got him down.
Pass this time from Smith, going to let it fly. Got a man down the field. It is into the end zone and caught. There he is. Said you got to watch him. He had a big play to convert a 4th down a little while ago, and now he's got a touchdown reception. 18-yard pitch and catch from quarterback Rich Smith to his wide receiver Dakota Sears. So an 18-yard touchdown pass and catch to Sears. And it will bring up a add to the lead here with 18-0 is the score. Point after attempt forthcoming.
Yeah, it's part of what makes these guys so dangerous. You got Stanley out there, and then you got the number 35 out there to catch it anywhere on the field.
Yeah, Sears, pretty good player. Got to that corner and just Smith put it right on the money. They'll go for 2. Turn, handoff up the middle, bouncing it now. Trojans had the initial cut bottled up, but to the corner. 2-point conversion is good. Allen Jones on the carry, and it makes it a 20-point ball game here in this 2nd quarter. And the Trojans going to have to find an answer for this talented Columbus Titans team as the Titans take an early 20-0 lead here in this 2nd quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan football.
5:59 to play in this first half. Trojans falling behind 20-0 here over the Columbus with the Columbus Titans, and just really offensively need to get something going.
Yeah, just about to ask you, BJ, what do you think the strategy is coming 6 minutes left in the half?
Well, you can't get too far outside of yourself. Here's a kick, going to be on the ground. This time they kick it deep. Now the Trojans got to hustle. Try to get outside, try to keep it alive. Here's Creed Curran. Good run by Creed, breaking a couple of tackles. He'll get up to 20-yard line. Boy, he worked hard to just get that much. And so the Trojans, Zach, I think they just need to continue to try to establish the run a little bit here. Maybe a few too many passes in that first half. I think I go back to that drive where they made a good defensive stand and then had 3 straight passes, one of them an interception. And that kind of swung this ball game. At that time, I thought the Trojans, they were only down by 6. They had full momentum. And then they throw 3 straight passes, one of them to the wrong team. And since that point, it's kind of struggled offensively. They've gone the wrong direction. Really just some positive yardage here with 5:53 to go in this first half would be, I think, success. 2 wide receivers near side, one to the far side. One man in the backfield is McFarland. The wing to the far side is Saban. Send Curran into the backfield. Turn, hand off McFarland. Good cut near side. And it just didn't get quite going. And, man, Schallenberger's a player. This is a good team.
Wow.
Columbus is a good team. They got guys all over the field.
Hit him hard.
Schallenberger
took a shot.
Schallenberger coming in there is a big fella, 6'4", 204, and he came flying to make the play. A gain of 1 on the carry. A gain of 1 on that one, but it will still be a 2nd down and long here. 2nd down and 9 for the Trojans. 3 wide receivers at the far side. Inside out, it's Curran, Shirtano, and Thomas. And tight end near side is Saban. Shotgun here. Here coming back to the near side. Ty Norris cutting against the grain, just trying to get something going positive. I don't mind that play. I kind of like the way that looked. A lot of things going on the left side, then show a little fake counter, and then come back to the weak side of the field. It was the short side, and it was the side with less amount of guys, just your tight end side. And still going to be a gain of about 2 on the play by Norris. Gain of 2 to bring up a 2nd down, 3rd down and 7 here for the Trojans. 4:48 to go and counting in this first half. You have the Girard Asher Make halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. We'll have your halftime stats. We'll recap this first half and get you ready for second half action here from Columbus in just a little while. Two wide receivers far side, one near side, Shirtano. Tight end is Saban to the near side. McFarland in the backfield. Shotgun set here for Ty Norris, the quarterback. Straight drop, plenty of time. Going to put one under it. Got a man. Oh, downfield. He had Shirtano. Didn't get it to him. Pretty good coverage, really. I think Jared Graham would have been in good position to get that one. And on for the next one, on for another punt, who's quickly becoming our player of the game, unfortunately, is Caden Lolleman to try to punt this ball away. He's had quite a bit of work already here in this first half.
That last punt, he had a lot of pressure on him. They got to keep him out of there.
4:23 to play in the first half. Here's Lolleman with his feet at the 10-yard line. Good snap. Nearly blocked again. He's going to get a good one once again. It's going to take a good roll, and Stanley going to field it. Stutter step around, waiting for his blockers. Good patience by him, and the Trojans finally bottle him up right at midfield. So that's where Columbus will start at the 50-yard line here with 4:10 to play in this second quarter. Penalty flag out there as well on this play. 4:10 again, the score, the time. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be probably against Columbus, so the Titans aren't going to have quite as good a field position as they will have it, and it should be a spot foul. They should mark it from the 44, so Titans will have it at the 34-yard line.
4 minutes, 10 seconds left. This team's definitely got enough time to do a little more damage before halftime.
They do it again. You said what would be success for the offense last time. For the defense, if you could just hold them and keep this score 20-0 going to the locker room. For some reason, it might just be me. 20-0 doesn't seem near as bad as 27-0. I just feel like that's almost too much to overcome. But 20-0, so you're saying there's a chance. And we will see here. New quarterback into the ball game for the Titans already. This is Walden. And a direct snap penalty flag comes down. I think one of those wide receivers took off too early. And so not only did the penalty back them up 10 yards, they're going to tack another 5 yards onto it to bring up a first down and 15. False start. Wide receiver took off a little early on that far side. And
a couple penalties are going to definitely help the Trojans in the battle field position on this drive. Maybe give them a little bit of a slow the pace down a little bit for these Columbus Titans and give them a little bit more field to protect.
Well, Rich Smith was out of the ball game, I think, just for a moment. I thought maybe they're going to try a new quarterback, but I think he was maybe getting some equipment dealt with over here on the near sideline, and so he's back in the ball game now. An inverted wishbone here. This diamond set, 3 men to the backfield, either side, all around him. Turn handoff, Walden. Walden makes a good cut up against the grain, and Thomas was nearly there. Broke out of his Carter Doherty coming down and played that play from that play side D tackle spot, D end spot, and so it will be still a nice gain of about 7 yards on the play. 7-yard run on the carry by Walden. And it'll bring up a second down and 8 here for the Titans. 3:45 and counting. Trojans just trying to hold the Titans out of the end zone here on this one. That same formation, there's guys on either side of him. Stanley to the left. Walden. Stanley's going to get it. He runs into his own man, but I think it gave him a little stutter step. Now he's off. Here he's at the 40. Cut back against the grain of 35-30, and he's gone.
Get him.
The one guy giving him a chase is the D-end and nearly caught him from behind. Chandler Humble's pretty fast, but that's going to be a 40. Nope. That's going to be a 64-yard touchdown run on the second play from scrimmage on that drive. 64-yard touchdown run by Keenan Stanley with 3:19 to play in this first half. And with him and some of these big fellas they've got on defense, this is a darn good for a Division II football team. And for all the disappointment they had a year ago and playoffs, you got to play the games for a reason, because on paper you would have said going into Girard last year that it was easily going to be a Trojan victory, but the Trojans, or a Columbus victory, the Trojans had another word for it. But I can tell you right now, I've seen some pretty good teams, and this is a pretty good one. And they're putting it on the Trojans here right now. Here is Smith. Pressure coming, going to throw it away. Does he get it to the guy? No good. Incomplete. Boy, Rich Smith is a pretty darn good player, too.
Yeah, it gave him a real good chance to catch that ball.
So the Trojans fall behind now. 26-0 is your score on a 64-yard touchdown run by Keenan Stanley. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Trojan football.
3:19 to play. Get a shot of the real players in this game. Dance team. 3:19 to play in this first half. 26-0. 64-yard touchdown run by Keenan Stanley. His third score of the ball game. And the Titans taking control of this one early on. Trojans just trying to get something going offensively. Has not been the case so far. 26-0 is your score. Freshman going to tee it up here. Hector Fontanes. And two guys back to return it for the Trojans. And Titans are offsides. Back to return that one was for the Trojans along with Cam McFarland.
Number 3, Derby
McReynolds. Yeah, back there to return that one. 5'9", 143-pound sophomore. Creed Curran had been back there returning kicks at times, but Derby, he got in the ball game last week late in that game, and I talked to Coach Philpott about that, about getting those youngsters in the game in a route. It's very important. Friday night lights, there's something different about it when you get in the ball game and get that experience. And when Coach Philpott, who's wanting to build a program here for the Trojans,
a lot of those young guys had some pretty impressive plays. You know, they were driving the football. He went ahead and played some real classic football and shut it down, but had a chance to punch one in.
Yeah, we had 400 views of the game last week. I'm pretty sure 300 of them were those young guys getting their first varsity action probably. But
putting together their highlight reel.
We'll take it. Fontanes going to tee it back up after the 5-yard penalty. And he'll put that right foot into it. Pooch kick it again. And going to be Cat. Oh, hard run up the middle. Going to return it. Who is that? That's got to be 55. It's got to be Chandler Hubble on that far side. He dropped the boom and took it to the house. Don't kick it to that fella.
You know, I was going to say earlier, when he caught that batted pass, you know, watch out. If he's got a step or two, he might put his shoulder in and go over right over the top of somebody.
That is exactly what he did. Chandler Hubble goes up there and shocks this home side crowd, catching the pooch kick and takes it to the house. It was about a 65-yard return. I think he fielded that about the 35, so a 65-yard touchdown run by Chandler Humble on the kick return. And I'm telling you right now, what that tells me, what I might do, and I know this is against philosophy, you go in the locker room, you look at how he just ran through that kickoff coverage team and hand him the football in the second half, because he might be the one that's physical enough to go against this Columbus Titan defense. Trojans on the point after attempt trying to run a guy on late. They will. Kyler Siebert gets in there, 3:08 to play. Chandler Humble, 64 kickoff return.
I mean, they still got 3 minutes left in this half, but how much better do you feel going into the locker room at halftime?
You know, that's a big difference. Momentum and everything else. The kickoff and the kick through the uprights was good, and so the Trojans answer back on a big kickoff return by Chandler Humble. Trojans back are now in the scoring column. We're back in 30 seconds. You listen to Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
This is Trojan football.
Well, here we go. Trojans, first time they're going to kick off tonight, as they will line it up here. Camden McFarland is the kicker. He'll tee it off at the 40-yard line. 3:08 to play in the first half. Trojans just struck back a 65-yard kickoff return by Chandler Humble. They kicked it to the up man, and he is probably one of the fastest dudes on the field for the Trojans, and probably one of the most physical as well. Here is Cam. He'll kick it, end over end kick, going to be kicked away. Going to be fielded by Walden, middle return, and Austin No going to bring him down along with Humble on that kickoff coverage team. And so the Titans will start this drive at their own 40-yard line. So Columbus own 40 here with 3:01 to play. And Trojan student section getting into this one, trying to get their guys back, and I think a little bit of stun, perhaps. Still a 19-point ball game, but the Trojans do answer back. We'll see if the defense can hold here. Once again, got to limit number 4. That same formation. Walden is deep back. Stanley to the left of him, and Porter to the right. Now, flag going to come in again, maybe delay a game. It took a while to get him out there, get on the field, and get things going. We'll see what they say. Nope, going to be a false start already. I wouldn't see anybody move. Titans have started some drives with some penalties that have forced them to 1st and 15. The difference is when you got a guy who can take it to the house, you can make up for that mistake pretty easily. Again, the same formation, 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. And here's Smith. Snap, handoff, Stanley. Cut back against the grain. Carter Doherty's there to come back on him. The Trojan defensive line doing a pretty good job. That was Chandler Humble on that far DN spot, just pushing his guy down into the hole and forcing him to run into his own players, and then help came. Carter Doherty came down to close it out along with Thomason to make the play for the Trojans. And so with 2:41 to play, Trojans trying to hold here on defense.
They put together a nice little rugby scrum line there and pushed them all back.
2nd down and 14, a gain of 1 on that one. Spot pass out here, just trying to get something. Got to make a play at the line of scrimmage, and he does. Nice play at the point of attack on that one by Gage Shirtano. Coming up there and making that one. It's still a 4-yard pitch and catch to number 5. That is Clay Saporito. So Saporito, a 4-yard catch. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 here for the Titans. 2:06 to play. Boy, the Trojans get a stop here, get the ball back, and maybe have something to do with it offensively. That would be fantastic, and try to really change the momentum of this ball game, go into the locker room. Got to make the stop here, though. Here's Smith, that shotgun. Guys to either side of him. Fake it. Now swinging out to Stanley, getting him some open field. Saban trying to come downhill. He'll turn him back against the grain. Trojans all over it. A gang tackle there. Well played by Saban to make that slow play outside. He beat Stanley to the point, and then help came to clean it up. Cam McFarland came up there to make a play, along with a host of other Trojans. What a good play on 3rd down and 10. The Trojans will force a punt.
You know, take a handful of these big plays out of there, and Coach McFarland's got to be happy with the way these guys are tackling and moving there, getting there fast.
Timeout taken by the Titans, I believe. Girard takes a timeout, try to stop some of this clock. 1:34 to play. So timeout on the field. We will go ahead and take it along with them. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
This is Trojan Football.
Cam McFarland stands at his own 30-yard line. Schallenberger on to punt it away from his own 30-yard line. One step, left-footed. That kid is strong as an ox. Big boot there. Cam will track it down. Got to make one guy miss. Trying to get the edge. He does. Got the 20, 25, and knocked it out of bounds right across the 25-yard line. He'll take out a couple cheerleaders on his way to the sidelines. And Trojans going to have it just beyond the 25, up near the 20. Well, they're going to mark it right at about the 25, 26-yard line. But the Trojan defense answers back after a 65-yard touchdown run by Keenan Stanley. The ensuing kickoff, Chandler Humble takes it 65 yards on the kickoff return. You know, like your D end and starting left tackle does. You know, it takes it 65 yards to the house on a kick return. It's pretty standard. 25-yard line is where they will start here with 1:25. Just don't want to make the big mistake here. 1:24. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. One man in the backfield is McFarland. Here is Norris, going to let it fly. He's got a man downfield. It's got to be a flag, and it is. All over it. And it's probably a pretty good flag. Creed Curran had his man beat. but Jerry Graham grabbed him at the last second to pull his hands down, and a good call by the officials because, and probably a good play by that young man on number 12, Girard Graham, because if he doesn't do that, I think that's a touchdown.
Yeah, I think if he catches that, he's gone.
So the penalty flag going to give the Trojans an opportunity here. 26-7, minute 19 to play. Good thing is, too, that's an incomplete pass. You still move the football forward, but you stop the clock. Now it's up to the 41-yard line, minute 19 to play. That looked good. I'd almost go back to it, see if you can do it again, because Creed had the inside position and had a step on his man, and Graham made that play from behind him. Creed will be in the slot to the far side. Thomason's over there as well. Shirtano to the near side, Saban in the slot, near side. Here's Norris, plenty of time. Good job by the O-line. Throws it down the field, and they did run it the exact same play. And it's incomplete. That one was a little better coverage. Norris got to give him a chance to go get that ball, but it'll fall incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Trojans. Minute 14. There's two schools of thought here on this possession, Zach. Is one, you want to give yourself a chance to score, but you don't want to leave enough time on the clock to give the ball back to a team as explosive as the Columbus Titans. And we will see what the Trojans decide to dial up here. If they get a good play here on 2nd down, I suspect they'll keep trying at it. If they don't, they may decide to maybe take a knee or run it. Three wide receivers far side, one near side. Norris, play action, throws it down the field, and nearly intercepted by Cale Smith. And just nobody really open on that play. Good play action, but falls incomplete, brings them a 3rd down and 10. A minute 8 to play in this first half. 26-7 your score. Trojans trailing. They fell behind early on to the Trojans. They had a couple of good stops in the first quarter, but some big plays and an interception that led to a short field and a touchdown have kind of put them in this situation. Their only touchdown coming on special teams a moment ago.
Yeah, BJ, and we know that Columbus only needs one play. They don't need any time on the clock. Weapons they've got?
For sure. 3 wide receivers far side, one near side. McFarland to the backfield, low snap. Norris rolling out, stepping up, lets it fly. Has got his man, incomplete, intended for Creed Curran. He had turned around, and Creed disappointed in that one, hit him right in the hands. He was kind of spun around, but they would have had a 1st down and a big play, but instead drop passes, and that was the name of the game. It was one of your keys to the game. The name of the game last week, some drop passes, really the only negative in that loss to Columbus. And the bad part is, or the win to Riverton, rather, but the bad part is the Trojans only took 22 seconds off the clock on that drive on 3 straight passes. And
well, that's the other edge of that sword, BJ. You start throwing the ball around in that, you're giving them all the rest of the time on the clock.
And here's Lolleman. Snap it back. Put a boot into it. Wobbly kick going to be fielded by Smith at the 34-yard line. Immediately on top of him is Thomason, and he's going to get about a 10-yard return. And that will stop the clock with 53 seconds.
Initial hit there by number 20, Thompson.
So the Trojans, Columbus will start at their own 42-yard line. Here with 53 seconds to play in this first half. Girard National make halftime show coming your way in just a little bit. We will run you back through this first half, let you know how we got to where we are, and get your halftime stats.
Stats. We will have stats.
Zach is on it. Shotgun formation here for Smith. Walden behind him. They're going to take a shot. Watch out. Let it fly. He's got his man, Smith. Trying to make one man miss. Trojans on top of it. Good open field tackle. Had him on an island out there, and some help came over to make that play. I think that might have been Thomason again or Cam McFarland on that far side. And it's still going to be a nice gain. A 5-yard pickup on the pitch and catch from Ridge Smith to Cale Smith. Smith to Smith connection there. And it will be a timeout by the Trojans. So Trojans will take a timeout with 27 seconds. You can't sell them at the concession stand, so you might as well use them.
You might as well.
27 seconds to play, a timeout on the field. We will go ahead and take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent TJ Belcher in Girard today at 620-724-4558.
Girard Sports Live.
26-7 is your score. 27 seconds to play in the first half. Trojans are trailing it here in this one. Here's Smith. Straight snap back to him. Throws it underneath. That is his man. Got to make a stop. Trojans do it. It'll be a first down pickup. It'll be a gain of about 8 yards on the play. On the completion to Clay Saporito. And it'll move the chains. Titans hurry to the line of scrimmage. Clock will start as soon as the ball is set for play. 20 seconds to play in this first half. Titans trying to put another one on the board. Clay Udock lined up right over the football. Big number 52. Got to get some pressure. Ridge Smith, plenty of time, lets it fly, throws it down the field. Well covered. Nice job by Creed Curran. Stride for stride down the field. I thought Creed's played pretty good, actually, the passing game. And he stride for stride that time with Cale Smith. That's not an easy order for Creed. And ball falls incomplete, brings up second down and 10 with 12.5 seconds to play here in the first half. Well, the Titans are giving the Trojan defense all they can handle here to close out this first half. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 near side. That's Saporito. Walden, the lone man in the backfield. Stanley not on the field. Here's Smith. Straight drop again. Steps up. Tons of time. Now he'll be flush. Got to get in there. They do. Fumble on the ground. Coming from behind, it was Austin No. And it's going to be a fumble and a recovery by the Trojans. Thomason's on top of it. The Trojans get a turnover. Boy, give some credit to Austin No. He kept fighting and working, and he finally gets to the ball on that play to give a turnover. It's not going to be for a lot because it's so late in the half, but I think for a momentum and a confidence booster, it's huge for the Trojan D.
Hey, just like we said, BJ, Columbus had no intention of taking a knee. 3.4 seconds on the clock. If they had another shot, they very well could put it in the end zone.
Very good call right there and a good play defensively for the Trojans. 3.4 seconds to play. We'll see if the Trojans decide to take a shot. Not a ton to lose here. You just don't want to make that big mistake.
Who was it knocked that ball loose there, BJ?
That was Austin No who got the forced fumble. Thomason on the fumble recovery. And here is Norris. Just going to hand it off. McFarland up the middle. Cam, good run. It'll be a 9-yard pickup for Cam McFarland. And it will add to his stat book, but that will be the end of the first half. The Girard Trojans, well, a little bit of an answer there late defensively, and obviously the big kickoff return by Chandler Humble is the reason the Trojans have 7 on the board. Right now they trail by 19. 26-7 your score here at halftime. Girard National Bank halftime show begins now. Girard National Bank is proud to be your hometown bank. Bringing you community banking at its best, Girard National Bank is committed to providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to Girard National Bank. We'll walk through this first half when we come back on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show right here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
This is Trojan football.
Back here at halftime in Columbus, Girard Trojans trailing the Columbus Titans 26-7 here at the halftime break. We're in the midst of the Girard National Bank halftime show. And time to look at your Kennard Eye Care Eye on the Game. How do we get where we got? And what's our eye on the game? Brought to you by Kennard Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community. Kennard Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kennard Eye Care is the clear choice. Kennard Eye Care, 620-235-1737. Well, how did we get to where we are? We will tell you. Trojans would start the game with the football as they would take the opening kick, go 3 and out. Trojans in that first half, not a lot offensively. There's a punt, 1, 2, 3, 4 first quarter punts and an interception on their drives offensively. So really struggling. They go out, the Titans take over and drive it down the field. And they score on their opening drive to go up an early 6-0 lead. That was a 4-yard touchdown run, I believe, by Stanley. Of all the ones I didn't write, that was one of them. As they go down the field and score on the opening drive and take an early 6-0 lead after they missed the point after attempt. That was the drive. Yeah, a 3-yard touchdown run by Keenan Stanley to get the Titans up. Trojan would take over their own 35-yard line. 4 and out once again, punted away. Titans would come back at their own 29-yard line. One of the best defensive stands in the ballgame for the Trojans. Forced the Titans to go backwards. And when they did that, they take the ball, and I thought this was one that Coach Philpott's going to want back. Trojans take it over at their own 47. Great field position. 4:12 to go in the first quarter, and they go 3 plays. The third one was an interception. And that gave the Titans a short field. They would take it over the Girard 38-yard line, and they would force to a 4th down. But on 4th down, a big pass play to a guy who's already got a touchdown in this ball game as well. And that was well played by the quarterback, Rich Smith. Dakota Sears made the catch to convert on 4th and long. And that would the very next play, or two plays later, a 10-yard touchdown run by Keenan Stanley, his second of the ball game of what would be his 3rd touchdown in the ball game. He would have 3. He would have another one coming up in just a little bit. That was with 10.8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Trojans another 4th 3 and out. And they ended up punting on 4th and 24. So going backwards on those 3 plays they did have. Titans would get it back at their own 39-yard line. 10:32 to play in the first half. They had to be forced to a punt as well. Trojan defense up and down. I thought at times they had an answer for Titans, and at times they certainly did not. One of those times will be the next drive after a Trojan punt once again. Titans will take the ball at the Girard 36-yard line. Very good field position. And on the 3rd play from scrimmage, an 18-yard pitch and catch. So the short field, twice the Titans scored when they had the ball inside the 40-yard line of the Trojans. And field position does make a difference. That was with 5:59 to go in the first half. Titans with full control of this ball game at that point, up 20-0 over the Trojans. Titans would tack one more on after a Trojan punt, and this would be a 2-play drive and a 64-yard Keenan Stanley touchdown. And at that point, for sure, the Trojans just felt like they were in the doghouse. 27-0 at that point, and the Titans line it up to kick it off. And what do they get? A pooch kick that comes up and is fielded about the 35-yard line by Chandler Humble, and he takes it 65 yards to the house on the kickoff return by the up man Humble to give the Trojans their only score of the ball game. You'd have liked it to be on offense, but that's not the case. Columbus comes back to their own 40-yard line. Another punt. So the Trojans started, I think, to figure out the Titans just a little bit. The big plays, as Zach mentioned in the broadcast, the big plays have been a difference. But all in all, I thought the defense at times played pretty well. Girard started their own 25 at a punt, and then the Titans late in the ball game get it back with late in the first half, get it back with less than a minute to play, start to put together a drive, and then Austin gets a sack fumble and stops that drive, which could have been dangerous. Titans will have the ball as they come out of the locker room, but the Trojans do get a couple of stops late in the first half. Right now, the halftime score, 26-7. That's your Canara Eye Care Eye on the Game. Take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll have your halftime stats. You're listening to the Girard National Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Are you in need of post-surgical therapies for yourself or a loved one? The employees of Medical Lodges are here to care for you. With over 50 years of serving the community, they pride themselves on having the therapy experience you deserve. In fact, Medical Lodges is the first healthcare company in the United States to be 100% employee-owned. So when you're at Medical Lodges, you're part of the family. Stop by one of their homes today and feel the Medical Lodges difference. For more information, check out medicallodges.com.
Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here on the Girard National Bank Halftime Show, BJ Harris along with Zach Adams and Josh Lettner. We're in halftime of this with Girard Trojans right now. Have the trail 26 to 7. Go ahead and title those up, buddy, and we'll get the rest of these scores, some updates for you from around the area as we'll do your Brokop Construction halftime scoreboard update, brought to you by Brokop Construction, where they specialize in new home construction. To learn more, give them a call or get that free estimate. Call Matt Brokop, 620-687-2381. I told Matt one time he would be I would say on that for that sponsorship, pound for pound, he's the best 5'8", 145-pound guard the Trojans ever had. And I might be undersizing him just a little bit just to mess with him, but he was, him and John Franklin, either side of the center, they were pretty good back in the day in 1998. Good little offensive line with some this killer bees, we call those two guys. So Brokop and John Franklin on that one. Appreciate their sponsorship of our scoreboard update. A few scores to get to you. Josh always goes out west to get Coach Philpott's alma mater, Norton. Pretty good football team they got out there at Norton. One of the top teams in that classification on top of Oakley. That is way out there in the western part of the state. Neodesha and Humboldt. I thought this would be a good ball game. At halftime it is. 7-6 your score on that one. Lebec County all over Osawatomie, who's struggling this season. And then, Pittsburgh High keeping pace a little bit with Webb City. As you going to update that score already for me? No. So, what? I didn't get any of them right? Oh, my bad. I should give the scores. It's a scoreboard update. That's why I pay you guys the big bucks. Lebec County leads at 42-0 over Osawatomie. Neodesha 7-6 over Humboldt. And Norton 28-0 over Oakley. And then right now at halftime, Webb City over there in Webb City on top of Pittsburgh High, 28-13 in the second quarter. That's your halftime scoreboard update brought to you by Brocop Construction. Look at your halftime stats brought to you by Exchange State Bank, one of the oldest banks in Southeast Kansas. Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated, providing quality customer service, online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and more. At Exchange State Bank, you're not just dealing with bank employees, you're banking with friends. Learn more at ESBKS.com. ESBKS.com. Halftime stats. Zach's over here frantically adding things up. Before we do get to our stats, tell you, make sure you join us coming up next Friday night. We'll go back to the friendly confines of Frank Jameson Field. We'll have that game for you, as we'll be doing all your Trojan games this season. And the Trojans will be back home next weekend, and we'll have it for you right here. It escapes me. As soon as I started to say that, I could not remember for the life of me who they play. But they will be playing a football game, no doubt about it. Zach, I'm going to cut you off. Give me what you got right now on the stats, turn you up, and let you go.
Hey, all right, BJ. Well, the big yardage leader with the Trojans is number 55 with his 61 total yards. Minus 4 of those come from passing.
He has a lone reception, right?
Yeah. He has the lone reception of the game. He also had that 65-yard kickoff return for touchdown. We also got number 2, Cameron McFarland, 5 carries, 11 yards. Number 4 out there with 4 carries, negative 4 yards total. 24 with 2 yards, negative 5 yards.
Yep.
Number 9. Ty Norris with 1 carry for 4 yards.
Offense has been struggling, no doubt about
struggling a little bit. We got had to turn to the passing game and didn't have a lot of success with that. I'm over here trying to crunch Stanley's numbers. I'll get back with you here.
Got at least 64, I know, because he had him on a touchdown run. Latest update, 28-13, Pittsburgh High. Latest update, intercepted a pass by Webb City, and they've got the ball at their own 31-yard line. So Pitt with the football, and hopefully a chance to climb back in that one. I think they're keeping with them a little bit, which is a positive there as well. And so right now we're at halftime of this one. The Girard Trojans trail the Columbus Titans 26-7 here at the halftime break. We're going to step away, take a quick break. We'll come back, start to get you ready for second half action from Columbus, Trojans, and Titans right here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
When you're looking for Frigidaire innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Hydrix. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Frigidaire appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months.
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout Southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue? Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of Sky Slate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here, Columbus High School. BJ Harris, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner, 26-7 your score. Columbus Titans on top of the Girard Trojans. And Zach, we talked a little bit about it when you talked about your stats. Offensively, the Trojans just struggle a little bit. I thought defensively, though, made some big gains at times in that ball game. You just can't give up that big play. But Columbus is such a good team.
I mean, when your offense is almost break even, number of yards, the defense is out there a long time against a great Columbus team, state ranked. It's pretty much what you'd expect to see. Bend to don't break. Unfortunately, that break is just 4, touchdowns. So
yeah, they've had some big steps. You remember the Trojans, one of the times the Trojans had an interception, they gave up an interception, and then they forced them to a 4th and long, and they convert on that 4th and long, and then go in and score. And then you go and get another good stop, and then they come back and Stanley on the second play, 64-yard touchdown to the house. And so you're right. You said it in there. Coach McFarland's got to be relatively pleased with that defense. Just those big plays are killing you. But the big touchdown by Chandler Humble, give him a shot in the arm. The big sack and fumble by Austin No, hopefully a shot in the arm. And I think the momentum going in the locker room was about even, honestly, between these two teams. We'll see who comes out in the second half and puts this one away for this ball game. 26-7 your halftime score. We'll be back in 1 minute. Get you going with second half action here from Columbus, Trojans, and Titans. Second half coming up next on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
More than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Trojan football.
Here we go, second half kickoff brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even glasses from Larrett Ceramics. 620-724-8442. Trojans going to kick it off right to left. Cam to McFarland going to kick. First misstep, not bad as we start the second half. Cam McFarland can kick it. Number 2 kicks it away to another number 2, and a return going to be a good one for the Titans. That is Cameron Mitchell, his first carry of the ball game, and Mitchell returns it all the way up to near the 40-yard line. And so that's where the Titans will start here in this second half at their own 40. Here with 11:51 to play, just underway in this second half. Trojan defense, again, at times strong, but at times giving up that big play. They've been in this three-man front for most of the ball game with Clay Udock over the ball, Carter Doherty on one end, and Chandler Hummel on the other end. And now Austin No coming from the other side. Here's a handoff to Walden. And he's going to barrel forward for a couple. A penalty. Somebody ended up with a ball, I think, for the Trojans, but they're going to just give it back there. Walden getting walled down, but it'll be a gain of 3 on the play by Walden. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 here for the Titans. Second down and 7 here for here's Smith, shotgun. Guys all around him. Turn, handoff. This is Walden again. Up the middle, big run, big carry. Across midfield, inside Trojan territory. That's going to be a gain of 8 on the play. Across the 50, up near the 48-yard line. Matt Saban a little bit banged up there as a linebacker. He's limping with that right leg, and he had to come in and make that play.
Yeah, it looked like he started limping a little bit after that last play.
Mm-hmm. And they're going right to Walden, who's the deep back in this formation. Stanley is to his left. Porter is to the right. And then Walden is the deep back. Smith will be in that shotgun formation. Turn, handoff again. Third straight carry from Walden. Carter Doherty was there, couldn't make the play. Now cutting goes again. There's Saban once again. getting there to make the play. Helped out also for the Trojans by the Trojans, number 77. That big fella's gotten in there a couple of times tonight, Joseph Dixon. But 3 straight carries by Walden, and that's what they can do now with this lead, 26-7, 10-26 and counting. Opening drive of the second half for the Columbus Titans. I should fix that. And here is...
I'm slacking. That was my job to remind you.
Here's Smith going to pass. First pass of the second half. Lets one fly, throws it down. He's got his man. That's Cale Smith, and knocked it out of bounds. Well, Creed's done a pretty good job against him tonight, but that is going to be a 25-yard pitch and catch down to the 26-yard line. Nope, down to the 23-yard line. About a 26-yard pitch and catch on that one. And it was really well played by Smith, and Creed just got a little bit out of position, I think, on that one. Titans hustle up to the line of scrimmage again. They will turn, hand it off. This time the big fella going through, dragging defenders. That is Porter. Zach Porter going to waltz into the end zone. 23-yard touchdown run by Porter. And the Titans, like a knife through butter on that drive. 5 plays, and they go from their own 40-yard line, 60 yards, and cap it off on that 23-yard by Porter.
You know, we got people there watching at home. They can see just like we did. That's a different look than the defense had going in. Their last defensive drive, they just soft that time.
Less than 2 minutes off the clock, and they go down the field quickly. Now a kick a point after attempt. That's Ridge Smith kicking the point after attempt, and it is up and good. First point after attempt they've actually converted on kicking wise, and that makes the score 33-7 here with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. 33-7 your score. Trojans. Titans go down and score on the opening drive. We're back at 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Croc-Ken Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Trojan Football.
Well, Titans go down the field, a couple of really nice pitches and catches, good runs as well, and they got a lot of good players. I mean, they're pretty deep. Coach Grundy's got it going on down here. He's a good dude, good guy, really good football coach, and kids want to play for him. And
look at the number of the kids on the sideline for the size, similar size school to Girard.
When things get going well, you can get a lot of kids out for football, and that helps your depth a little bit. And it just turns out there's some pretty good athletes on this team as well. And now they'll kick it off. There's Fontenez. He'll kick it deep. Trojans not sure who's going to get it. Here's McFarland. He'll come near side, bounce it outside, trying to get good block on the edge. And knocked it out of bounds. A good return there by the Trojans across the 30-yard line. Up near the 35 is where the Trojans will start their first drive. And now we go to the offensive side of the ball. Girard just not much going offensively in that first half. They had about as many negative plays as they did positive plays, and that's a tough way to go in this game right now against a pretty good team. So 33-7 your score, 9:53 to play in the third quarter. Trojans trail the Columbus Titans. Here's 2 wide receivers on the near side. One to the far side, tight end far side is Saban. Kyler Siebert into the ball game at quarterback, and he's going to turn, hand up at the middle. First guy through, only guy through is Cam McFarland, and it's going to be no gain on the play, maybe a 1. They'll give him a yard on that play for Cam. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Trojans hurt themselves at time as well with some, throwing the ball. And right now, 2nd down and 9. And we do this on Saturdays with the Gorillas from time to time. It gets a little frustrating. 2nd down and 9 is a running play. It is not a passing play.
Yeah.
And sometimes these offensive coordinators, offensive-minded guys get overthinking themselves just a little bit. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun for Siebert. Looking to pass. Throws it out. Out to Shirtano. Backwards. That's what I'm talking about. That's one of those things that kind of walked you into that play and knew it was probably coming, but it's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play. And that one's, you got to get more guys out there than you can, because the defense, you're trying to overload them and have them miss a guy. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play on the pitch and catch to Shirtano. He'll lose those 3 yards for him. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12 here for the Trojans. 8:45 to play, 3rd quarter. 1 wide receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Tight end Saban to the far side with McFarland to the left of Kyler Siebert. Shotgun, a little bit of time. Siebert, step up, going to run it. Trying to cut back against the grain, trying to get something going. He does get across the 40-yard line, up near the 42-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 8 yards on the play. On the quarterback keeper, but a punting situation coming. And Trojans will go back to the freshman, Caden Lallman. And Caden, I'm telling you right now, our offensive player of the game on the punting or defensive player. I don't know where a punter ends up, I guess, on the score chart. Defensively, it's a defensive stat, I think, but it will be him. Good snaps as well for him all ball game. Low, driving kick. Nobody back there to return. It's going to be a really good roll, and that's going to go down inside the 20-yard line, and they'll flip the field a little bit. Columbus didn't run anybody back to return. And oftentimes you'll see that on a punt block, but I didn't see that time, and it'll be a punt nonetheless, and that's where the Titans will take over. Columbus will have it at their own 16-yard line. Their worst field position in the ball game by far.
Yeah, I think that one sealed it for Lallman.
Yeah, he's had a good ball game, kicking it. And the Titans will take over right there. 1st and 10 from their own 16.
I just give you an update on. I did finally get that crunched up. Stanley had 17 carries and 124 yards in that first half.
Yeah, that's pretty good first half of work right there. Smith will go under center. Stanley, the deep back. New complete formation from what they did to start this second half. They'll hand off Stanley. He's got a good run, and it's going to be a gain of about 10. Maybe short of that. Maybe a gain of 8 on the play. See where they mark the sticks. Funny angle for us, and give them officially a gain of 7 for Stanley on the run. And that's how good they are. You know, that was a completely different formation. Now they'll run 2 guys out of the field. Stanley now is going to stay on. And they come to the sideline, then they go back out to the sidelines. So Smith going to direct things. Now he'll step back, and they're changing formations and calling plays from the wristband. Walden on either and Stanley on either side, end around coming this way. Got the first down, trying to break more tackles, and that's Sears. He's had some pretty good plays here tonight, including a touchdown reception. Dakota Sears, not real big, 5'8", 165 at a senior, but that time gets the end around and picks up the first down. And a gain of about 5 yards on that one, up to the 20-yard line, up the 30-yard line. And so
BJ, you think a bit of a comfortable lead that gives them a chance to kind of play around and play with the playbook a little bit, maybe switch some things up?
I definitely think that's probably part of this. Try a few things and make sure you get through your whole playbook. Hand off Walden, and I will tell you an area where Coach Grundy's going to go back and talk to his team as far as improvements you want to make is interior run. They haven't ran real well between the tackles. They did have that big run by Stanley. It was between the tackles, but their biggest plays have been on the outside and in the passing game at times. But I'd say run between the tackles would be an issue for them right now in this ball game, but still with a 33-7 lead, 6:28 and counting in this.
Which I'm sure is part of the game plan, BJ. I mean, you look at the size difference of these lines and trying to go in between those big defensive linemen in the center there is going to be a little tricky.
Here's Stanley, big hole. I say that now. Good play, good tackle in the open field. That is Chandler Humble coming back there to make that play. Not where he wants to be making those plays in the D tackle, 5 yards backwards, but still making it. And another first down, maybe. Yeah, it should be a first down here for the Titans. And at this point, too, they're going to keep it on the ground. They're going to run the football. They're going to try to grind this clock out and get out of here with a victory.
Yeah.
Columbus trying to move to 3-0 on the year. Went out of state. They'll be 2-0 in the CNC. Their game last week was outside of the conference. And Trojans on defense going the wrong direction here. 1st and 10 for the Titans. They will throw it. I say they're going to run it. They're going to throw. They're going to take a shot over the top. Well covered by the Trojans. And beautiful throw.
Wow, how did he catch that ball?
Just a dime thrown by Ridge Smith. 2 guys in coverage on Cale Smith. And that ball was at the 40, and it's all the way down to the 25-yard line. So 10, 20, 35-yard pitch and catch. 35 yards from Ridge Smith to Cale Smith. And
Well, you talk about putting together a highlight reel. That catch, that was something else. That came right over his shoulder, pads his hands up on there, and just settled it in there.
Yep, that's the kind you go back and look at, and the way you practice it when you're in the backyard. Turn, handoff. This big fella coming in there hard, making a play. Nice run in the alley. Thomason. Josiah is a good hard hitter for the Trojans, and he comes in to make the play. No gain on the play, in fact. On the handoff to the big fella, Zach Porter. He's got a touchdown in this ball game. First one of the second half, a big 23-yarder. And right now the Titans have it at 26. 5:12 to play, third quarter, 33-7 your score. Here's Walden. He'll send a man in motion. Hand off the keeper on the quarterback. This Walden was in at quarterback on that one. And he's got a big run as a quarterback all the way up inside the 15, down to about the 14-yard line. There'll be a gain of 12 on the play. Sixth play of this drive, and Titans marching it down the field now. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Two wide receivers far side. Walden's in at quarterback now. Smith getting a break. No, Smith's in at wide receiver to the near side. Here's Walden. Going to keep it himself again. Trojans cover that one up. Walden keeps his feet. Wow. What a play.
Wow.
That's a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And what a play.
Nothing tricky there. Direct snap to him. He just took it, stepped to his right and gone.
Yep, and then he put his hand on the ground to try to keep that one alive. And, yep, well played. That is a nice play. That's a 15-yard touchdown run by Walden.
And now you can see the Trojan defense just starting to get tired out there.
Walden scores on that one. 4:44 to play in this third quarter. And Titans lead at 39-7. Low kick, and it is up and no good. And so that's where the score will stay. 39-7 is your score. The Trojans trail it here to the Columbus Titans, number 3 ranked team in Class 4A is playing like it. We're back at 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan athletics.
This is Trojan Football.
4:44 to play in this third quarter. The Girard Trojans struggling tonight here against a very good Columbus Titan team. 39-7 is your score. The Trojans trail it here, and just offensively, I've not had an answer. Defensively, at times, have given up big plays. Out the last two drives for me, for the Titans, that one was a 7-play, 84-yard drive. They started at their own 16, remember.
Yeah.
Took over 3 minutes off the clock and capped it off on a 15-yard touchdown run by Walden at the quarterback spot. He's had quite a few carries as a running back, and that time he was the quarterback. Here's a kick, and it's going to go. Nope. Going to be gathered up by Chandler Humble again. That was nifty. It looked like it was going to be recovered inside the out of bounds before it went out of bounds. Instead, it bounced in the hands of Chandler Humble, and he nearly had another return on the way. And Chandler might have lost his shoe. They're going to get him up and get him to the sidelines. And so the Trojans will have it on offense again. There as they go from right to left. Now they just, Zach, at this point in the ball game, you just want to have some positive things happen to give yourself something to work on and kind of a baseline for what you need to improve on as you go into next week. Remember, the Trojans, they get their bounce back here from this is going to be against a team that's leading the conference in the CNC with this Columbus Titan teams and the Galena Bulldogs. I don't know how they're doing tonight, but they are 2-0 right now. They've beaten Columbus. They've been Frontenac and Colgan so far, have the Galena Bulldogs, so they're pretty darn good.
Yeah, Galena's been tough for a while now. They're tough all the way from middle school, even the youth football up.
Siebert handoff to McFarland, and the Titans smell a little blood in the water. Big fella coming in there to make the play for Columbus. Number 66, big dude, Nate Moyer, 6 foot 260, in there to make the play, and it'll go back on a 1-yard loss by McFarland. 4:15 and counting in this third quarter. 39-7 your score. Trojans trailing Columbus Titans. 3 wide receivers will come out. Now it won't be. It'll be 2 to the near side. In the slot is Curran. Shirtano split out to the far right side. 1 man in the backfield is McFarland. Now they'll send Curran in motion. Hand it to him. Creed trying to make a guy miss. Stroked. We've seen that dude make so many plays tonight. He had a good offensive play, and now a defensive play, Zach Porter. He's been in a lot of tackles. I wouldn't be surprised if he's leading them in tackles right now. And so Trojans.
Quick for a big guy.
Yep, quick. And he's just not, he's compact.
Well, compact. There you go. Not huge.
Yeah, he just, so Trojans back to their own 36-yard line. Loss of 1 on the play. Again, that was a run by Curran. He lost of 1, and right with 3rd down and 12. And so now here the Trojans. Siebert, straight drop, pressure. Got to break one tackle. He does. Now he wants to run it. Tyler trying to just get something back, and he will finally get it back near the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard beyond that. So it'll be a 4-yard pickup on the run by Siebert. But another 3 and out here for the Trojans. Another punting situation here for Caden Lallman. 2:44 and counting in the third quarter. 39-7 your score. And a punt. It'll be back, 2 guys back to return as Walden along with Stanley. And Lallman's going to kick this one end over end, kick away. That another beauty. I mean, he has had himself a ball game.
Telling you.
That was going to go down to the 21-yard line. And so officially a 10, 20, 30, 39-yard punt by Caden Lallman. And no return, so all net. And that's where the Titans will take over at their own 21. Trojan D needs to stop. As well as they played in that first half, Zach, we talked about them, that they were up and down but had some nice stops. They have not stopped the Titans on their first 2 drives. So far, the Titans have gone 5 plays, 60 yards, and that last one, 7 plays, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, we see them, starting to get tired out there, but we're not seeing them quit on it yet. I mean, I think that's one of the main things. You want to make sure these guys don't quit. They play to the end.
Here's Smith still at quarterback. Titans are playing to the end, too. They haven't really put any backs up yet, so I'm surprised. And they still got Stanley running the football, and good night.
Oh, my.
From the 21 up across the 30, up near the 35-yard line. And so give him a 10, 15-yard run. Nope, more than that, 16-yard run for Stanley up to the 37. And
it's not just lip service when you hear people talk about how good this guy is.
Yeah, he's lanky, but he's fast enough and he's strong enough, and he's a guy he's going to have an opportunity to go play at the next level. Where that'll be, who knows, but he will have every chance he wants. He'll try to bounce it outside again and keep giving it to him. That time ripped down from behind, and it's one thing too, and that's a play, is he maybe slow to get up, ripped down from behind, that you see guys get hurt on. And if I'm Coach Grundy, I'm getting him out of the ball game. And he does. He gets up hobbled. I just about said it. And you see a guy get ripped down from behind.
Yeah.
And he's crucial for them to have success. And you're up by 32 points in a game, and you've got probably the best player in Southeast Kansas still in the game. That is a situation. So an injury on the field. Keenan Stanley gets ripped down from behind, a little bit banged up. Tried to get up and walk off a couple times, but he doesn't. And so it'll be an injury timeout. We'll go ahead and take it. Trojans trail 39-7. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
This is Trojan Football.
Luckily for the Columbus Titans and football fans, Keenan Stanley under his own power, jumps off the field. Well, it looked bad at first, but I think it was just a calf cramp. And again, I would be surprised to see him come back into the ball game in this one. Minute 34, clock winds as they get back underway. Rich Smith in there at quarterback, and guys on either side of him. Direct snap to the other quarterback who scored a moment ago, Walden, and he's not going to have much going on 2nd down and 8. Walden maybe a yard on that carry as Grayson Walden, 5'9", 171-pound sophomore, pretty good-looking sophomore, and he's the future quarterback. He'll take over for Rich Smith, who will graduate Will Smith. And that time he was the quarterback for all intents and purposes because he got the direct snap. And it'll bring the clock under a minute to play in this third quarter. 39-7 your score. Trojans' only score this ball game came on a 65-yard kickoff return by Chandler Humble. Smith, turn, handoff. Second guy through. A little counter action in the backfield, handoff to him. Let's go to Sears again. Sears has had a pretty good ball game as well. They just get so many guys, and that was going to be a gain of 7 on the play by Sears up near midfield. And it'll bring up a 1st down and 10 here for the Titans from the 50-yard line. They'll start the play clock. They'll have to run one more play because it was stopped at 40.7. So they got to play one more snap here in this third quarter. That girl's loud.
Yeah.
Impressive. You only get one vocal cord, young lady.
Yeah.
You only get one. Here we go, final play, most likely of this third quarter. 1st down and 10 at midfield for the Titans. Turn, handoff, Walden, big hole, up off the 40. Now the 35, the 30, off to the races, 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. On 1st and 10, it's a 50-yard touchdown run. Back-to-back touchdowns by Walden, that time from the running back spot. He had that one before from the quarterback spot. And that time he was the running back, and he went right up the gut. I said it, and I probably jinxed him. That they hadn't been able to run up between the tackles. That was straight up the middle. Yes, straight up the middle.
They've got some weapons. They got, with Cale Smith and Ridge Smith.
Yeah, you picked the wrong game to try to keep stats because they got so many guys that put stats on the board. But
wow,
that's the bottom line. Here's Ridge Smith to kick the point after attempt, and that one's up and good. And Titans add to the lead, 45-46 now to 7 is your score. Trojans trail the Columbus Titans. We'll take a quick break. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Trojan Football here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Trojan Football.
46-7, your score here, 7.5 seconds to play. In this third quarter, the route is on here in Cherokee County. Trojans just got to get something positive going on this offensive drive. This will be one to forget, one to remember, and one to forget.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be a better Columbus team than even a year ago. It was one of the top teams in the state of Kansas for most of the season. It's going to get your answer for K-Prep's rankings and who was ranked. I'll find out here before long, but who's better than this team in Class 4A to Division 2? That's kind of scary.
I mean, other than a couple penalties, it just hardly any mistakes coming out of this Columbus on either side of the ball.
Yeah, and I talk a lot about the running back, quarterbacks, and all that stuff because that's my job, but those guys down inside have been really good in this ball game as well. Trojans just struggled. Here's a nice return up the middle. Good hard run right up the gut by the Trojans. On that return is Kyler Siebert up across the 30, up across the 40, up near the 42, maybe 43-yard line. We'll call it 42. And so that's where the Trojans will start. Very good field position here with 2.9 seconds to play in this third quarter. So this will be the final play of the third quarter. And Trojans will come out with 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Thomason, the lone man out here. Shotgun formation, Siebert into the ball game. McFarland to his right. Kyler, turn, hand off, or throw it. Thomason, first complete pass for positive yardage in this ball game will come on the final play of the third quarter. It's a gain of about 9 on 1st and 10. While the 2nd and 1 when we come back in 1 minute. You're listening to Girard High School Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Girard National Bank brings you community banking at its best. Family owned and operated for over 80 years, Girard National Bank is committed to providing their customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Whether you require personal, business, or agricultural services, Girard National Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. Girard National Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
This is Trojan Football.
Here we go on 2nd down and 1. Trojans are going to pick up a first down. That'll be their first down of the second half. In this, one of their few first downs, quite frankly, in this ball game. I'm scared to go back and look at how many first downs they do have. It's not very many in this game. And that is a good one. We'll stay with the positive there.
It was that, BJ? Those gold numbers are hard to see.
3-yard pickup by Cam McFarland up to the 45-yard line inside Titan territory. Shotgun formation here for Siebert. McFarland to his right. Straight drop on 1st and 10. He's going to let one fly. He's got Saban over the top. A good route by Saban. 2 guys were there, but it was well placed. And just 1 step more, and he maybe has him. But you know what? I go back to maybe overthinking things a little bit as an offensive coordinator. You just had a couple of big plays, running plays, or had a good pass play to get that drive started, but then a run play to get a first down and really want to try to establish that run. They have not been able to do here tonight, but it will bring up a 2nd down and 10 here for the Trojans from the 45-yard line. Josh is going to make me sit down, trying to stretch out these old legs. Shotgun here for Siebert. Turn, hand off. No, keep it. Good read by Kyler. Nearly lost him, but he's going to drag a defender. A 5-yard gain by Siebert. That was well read. His first guy hitting him was that safety coming up from out there. And so if the safety's the guy tackling you on an inside dive, that means you read it perfectly. And he did just that. It's a 5-yard gain by Siebert. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 here for the Trojans. 10:23 to go in this 4th quarter.
So how nice this weather out here tonight, BJ?
Gorgeous. We got the best seats in the house sitting outside the press box here, just in front of it. 4th quarter it is. 3rd down and 5 here for Siebert. Passing down on 3rd and 5, and that's a backwards pass, and it's a touchdown.
My goodness.
I don't know if that got caught. I don't know if that did that get caught in the air?
Did he tip that?
Or did it hit the ground? I don't know. I didn't see it far away. I don't know if it hit the ground as a backwards pass. Either way, it would have been returnable. Instead, it's an interception, and that was Zach Porter. So far in the second half, Porter and Walden are the only 2 guys who have scored. And it is Zach Porter on the pick 6.
Wow.
And bad to worse. On 3rd and 5, again, I go back to it. 3rd and 5, not a passing down. But in this offense right now, it is. And I also go back to when you throw the ball, there are 3 things that can happen, and 2 of them are bad. And that was another example of the bad one. PAT no good. And it will bring up a timeout. 52-7 is your score. It's a timeout by Columbus. Timeout by Columbus. We'll just go ahead and keep it right here. Latest update we had from Webb City in the 3rd quarter, 34-13 Webb. Pittsburgh High Off to a really good start this year. Had a good win over Harrisonville in week 1. Had a really rout win over Chanute last week. And then now they go over and play with Webb City. And they play an independent schedule. Does Pittsburgh High to try to get some experience with some really good teams. They were playing an SEK schedule that was nothing at halftime. They were beating teams by 40, 50 points. And so they go on. Kudos to them and to make that decision. And they do. But they're going to have to play teams like Webb City, who's one of the best teams in Missouri. I'm not
year
saying,
in and year out.
I'm not saying Class 4. I'm not saying, in Missouri, Southwest Missouri. I'm saying in the state of Missouri, every year, all classes, one of the best teams. And so right now, 34-13, Coach Nicholson looking maybe at the barrel of his first loss of the season for the Purple Jackets. So the point after attempt called off on a timeout by the Titans, and they're going to line up to go for it on 2. New quarterback in the ball game to run this 2-point conversion for the Titans is Jared Graham. They'll get it to him. Ball's loose. Scooped up, even on a messed up play.
Yeah.
It ends in a positive for the Titans, and a 2-point conversion is good on the end around to Allen Jones is the recipient of that handoff. And the 2-point conversion good. Makes it 54-7, 9:18 to play in this ball game. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Girard Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan Football.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgerard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan Football.
54-7. Tough night for Trojan fans. Kudos to those of you who are still watching. We appreciate it. We can see that. That's good. Good stat. And appreciate the support. Not a great night for Trojan fans here tonight, 54-7. Again, it's any consolation. It's a really good football team they are losing to right now. Back to return. This is McReynolds. Ball to return to the far side. Not much doing there. Return up to the 25-yard line. On to carry by Derby McReynolds, and that's where the Trojans will start at their own 25. So, Trojans, again, had some positive things happen in that one. Picked up a first down on that last drive, but 5 plays and an interception on that last play. And that interception was taken back. When you throw that spot pass out there, and I think that was a safety valve. That wasn't the route that they wanted to run. I think it was a safety valve. You check down, throw it to your guy, and hope to have something happen. But if you miss it, it's got that potential to go to the house because there's nobody back there that can make the play. Here, turn off is Ty Norris in the ball game to run it for the Trojans. Trying to bounce outside, trying to break a couple tackles. Good run by Ty. Gain of 6 on the play. No, gain of 11 on the play, rather. 11-yard pickup by Ty Norris.
That was number 9, Ty Norris.
And the Trojans.
He gets it out for Girard, first down.
Trojans will have it first down and 10. Once again, another first down play. They've had a couple of those on the last couple of possessions. 6:42 and counting in this ball game. Mercy clock is on, I believe. I wondered how it went from 9:19 to 6:30 so fast, and all of a sudden I realized that it is a mercy clock. So this game's going to wrap up here pretty quick. Trojan faithful stayed in here, and they got a good atmosphere, good crowd, and pretty good team. There's a delay of game. Well, little insult to injury there. Trojans are back in action again next Friday. We'll have that game for you from Frank Jameson Field. Pre-game coverage will start at 6:30 right here on Girard Sports Live. Be sure to go tell your family, friends, those of you who are diehards that are still watching about us, and go to youtube.com and search Girard Sports Live. Go subscribe to that. We need a few more subscribers, then we can get our own handle. It'll be youtube.com/Girard Sports Live, and we'll be off and running. We're going to do this all year. We're going to do it all basketball season as well, so we are in it for the long run for sure. Ty Norris, shotgun formation, 2 men to the backfield. Straight drop. Lets it fly. Throws it out to the edge. Intended for Shirtano. Good night. Not the route you want to take, young lady. I told you it was bound to happen.
You knew it was coming.
That, of all the ways to go, that's the way she decided to go. Right over the top of her baby doll. I mean, nearly stepped on her head. Incomplete pass on that one. Intended for Shirtano from Norris. 5-12 and counting, 54-7 your score. And it's against, I know the score's up there, and I keep saying it. And you're probably like, why do you keep repeating it? Radio guy in me, you say the time and score all the time. Time and score.
Time and score.
And I'm probably going to continue to do that. I don't know if I can stop. So here's Norris, low snap. Really first bad snap by Bowman so far, if he's in. Here's a scramble by Norris, trying to just make something happen. Nice play there, cuts against the grain, still on his feet. Brought down, boy, Ty showing his athleticism on that play. As he's about a 13, maybe 12-yard gain on the play, up just shy of the 45-yard line, up to the 44. They call it officially as more than an 8-yard gain. It was back 13, so it's about a 12-yard gain on the play.
Hey, with the scoreboard looking like it is, we'll take any bright spot we can find. Dance around, fighting, pushing, keeping those legs moving, keep those feet moving.
Yeah,
Ty. Nice little gain.
Ty gets 12. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 here for the Trojans. Just try to get a first down and keep this thing moving. Ty's going to keep it himself. Good read again. Try to bounce outside. He's got the first down, then upended. Good pursuit there by the Titans to get him, but not before he can get a first down and into this play in a positive way. They got the youngsters in there for the most part for the Titans, and it'll be a 1st and 10 across the 45 up near the 48-yard line. And the clock under 4 minutes to play, 46 to play. Titans, where do they play next week? That's what I'm about to find out. There's a 1st down and 10. Low snap again. These guys they're getting tired of the yard. There's that long pass and intended for Creed Curran. And Creed dropped it. Wichita Collegiate, Topeka Hayden, 2 teams that are ranked higher than Columbus, 1st and 2nd. Then it's Scott City and Pratt. Pratt defending 4A Division II state champions. They knocked off Topeka Hayden in that state championship game a year ago. And the Titans, they are in action coming up next Friday night. They're going to take on at Colgan. That will be a good one. Yeah. Colgan got themselves back in an opportunity, give themselves an opportunity right now. They are 3-1 on the season. They had a game 1 loss to Galena. They've won 3 straight after winning last night 20-0 over Frontenac. And hosting that game at home, that should be a good game next week. Again, Reed, nice read by Norris, going to keep it inside across the midfield, across the 45, still on his feet at the 40. Now trying to cut back against the grain, finally brought down. A good run there by Ty. And a gain of about 15 yards on 1st and 10. He's got it across the 40, up near the 39-yard lines. Alan Jones on the tackle. 2:22 to play in this ball game. Another run by Norris.
Put in like a simple game plan here. Hand it to number 9. Just let him go.
Let him go. This time they will hand it off to McFarland. Try to go outside and going to get a couple. Up across the 35-yard line. And it'll be a gain of about 4 on the play. On the run by McFarland. Yep, gain of 4. We're under 2 minutes to play now. Again, the clock running in this one. And I think this is okay for the Trojans just to try to run some positive plays, and I think the Titans are just as happy to let this thing continue to grind out.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Trojans at home next week against Galena. Titans on the road at Colgan, Hutchfield. Shotgun here for Norris. Low snap, spins it, looking downfield, lets it fly, throws it deep. Pass intended, up at top, trying to go for Creed Curran, and in and out of his hands. It'll stop the clock. Nope, the clock continues to run, I forget.
Yeah.
Because of the mercy rule. So it'll bring up a 3rd down. Just a second pass on this play. It is the 8th play. This will bring up the 9th play of this drive. And what should be one of the final plays in this ball game. We've got the Community National Bank, Evans Motors post-game show coming up in just a little bit. We'll talk about that, try to get Coach up here to talk about this one. That may be a hard sell, but we will do our best to do so. And he knows this is a good football team. Here's Norris again looking to pass it. Throws it deep. He had a man underneath. He had Thomason. Oh, going up to grab it. What a good play. I think that was Creed Curran again down there in double coverage to make that play. And Creed getting rewarded. He's had a couple of them that just, in and out of his hands, but that's not a bad game. 10, give him a 20-yard pickup on that play, down to the 20-yard line.
And nice little jump ball in double coverage there. He comes down with it.
Yeah, fought for it, wanted it more. And so now here's Norris again looking to pass. 20 seconds. Lets it fly. Goes down again. Does he make the catch? No, incomplete. That might have been Creed again.
He tosses him a bullet down there.
That's Shirtano.
Yeah, Shirtano.
Shirtano goes down to try to get that one. It just falls incomplete, and that's going to do it for this ball game. Final score, 54-7. Second half did not go well for the Trojans. First half wasn't great either, but the second half really didn't go well like they wanted to. Had a little bit of momentum going into the locker room, but unfortunately could not get out of here with the victory. So that's going to do it for this ball game. 54-7, your final score. Let's talk about it next on the Evans Motors postgame show. We'll run you through this game. We'll take a look at your final stats, all that and more. Here to come on the Evans Motors postgame show. Evans Motors has been helping get people on the road since 1935. That's how old Eddie is. He started doing it in 1935. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh, see Nate or Eddie for a test drive and let them find you the vehicle that is right for you, or check out their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Final score, 54-7. We'll talk about it next on the Evans Motors postgame show here on Girard Sports.
This is Trojan football.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, and more, or stop by the farm store for feeds, equipment, supplies, clothing, and accessories. Producers Co-op also has bulk fuels and propane available. To see everything Producers Co-op Association has to offer, visit them online at www.girardcoop.com or give them a call at 620-724-8241.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
First National Bank of Girard is proud to be the oldest bank in Crawford County, serving the area since 1878. With 139 years of experience, it's no surprise First National Bank of Girard has such a great reputation for quality customer service. First National Bank of Girard is committed to providing the best quality products and services, including online banking and bill pay, loans, CDs, and more. Use the convenient drive-up window or come on in and see all of the friendly faces at First National Bank of Girard, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here, Columbus High School, the side of this one. CNC matchup, Girard Trojans, Columbus Titans. All Titans tonight here over the Trojans as they fall 54-7. Trojans fall to 1-2 on the year. Titans go to 3-0 on the year. This is the Evans Motors post-game show. Here as the Trojans will be back in action next Friday night.
This is Trojan football.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is a first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans! Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan football.
Back out here to Columbus High School, B.J. Harris wrapping things up here from Columbus. Trojans fall tonight 54-7. And Coach, never fun to do a post-game interview here, but got to do it, I think, a little bit and talk about this. We were talking here off air. Columbus is a good football team. You guys played a really good team here tonight, a team that's ranked in top 5 in Class 4 Division II, and I think a team that'll be there at the end, towards the end of this season as well. But in this game, just offensively, just never quite got things going your favor.
No, we never did. We're still looking for it. So, if they were physical, we knew going in, and they were physical on both sides of the ball, and you obviously saw that. We'll go back and watch film, but I think you come away with a score like this and watching what they did, they did what they did. And we made some plays defensively there in the first half and kind of got ourselves in the third and longs.
This is Trojan football.
Norris Outdoor has a huge selection of quality billboards spread throughout southeast Kansas, giving you the ability to put your business in front of thousands of customers daily. But did you know? Norris Outdoor can also be where you get your next digital sign for your business, school, church, or sports venue. Norris Outdoor Signs is now a distributor of SkySlate digital signs, giving you direct from the manufacturer pricing and giving your business a brand new look with high-resolution digital signage. To learn more, call Jared Norris at 620-249-7462. Norris Outdoor is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about their e-Power checking, mobile banking, and bill pay, and new Guardian Secure Checking. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
This is Trojan football.
BJ Harris, Zach Adams, Josh Lettner back here at Columbus High School, wrapping this up. One final time. Final score 54-7. Trojans fall to the Columbus Titans. And let's take a look at your final stats. Brought to you by Westridge Assisted Living, allowing seniors to remain active and enjoy their daily lives in a worry-free, stress-free environment. Stop by and see Kathy and Girard to learn more about what Westridge Assisted Living has to offer your loved ones. Zach, the second half stats pretty well tell the story.
Yeah, we got pretty dismal on the stat line here. Yep. McFarland had 4 carries for 7 yards. Siebert with 3 carries, putting up 16 yards. Thompson had that 1 pass reception for about 9 yards. And then Norris comes in against maybe some of the younger defenders on the Titans side with 4 carries for 43 yards.
That's good.
And, big number 55 has 1 more kick return. Yep. I think he got about another 4 yards on that. So on the Titans
he also
side,
had a reception tonight.
Yeah, he did.
Chandler had a reception. Humble had a reception.
-4.
Yeah, well.
But hey, at least it was him and not the Titans.
That's right, exactly.
But anyway, on the other side of the ball, the Titans, Stanley racked up another 4 carries, another 25 yards, put him right at about 150 yards on the game. I lost count of the touchdowns on that. Sorry, that's your job as the
he had 3. He had 3 in the all in the first half. He didn't have any in the second half, and so that's how he ended up with over 150 yards carries. What'd you say? How many carries in the ball game?
He had about 20 carries.
About 20 carries, 150 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Not bad. That would make it the last 2 weeks over 300 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns on about 37 carries for the Titans. So
you see why they'd be a little bit worried when he come up limping that time. But the big one for the Columbus in the second half was Walden. Number 8 comes in and he gets a bunch of carries. He's got 8 carries for 97 yards in pretty much the third quarter. So he's touchdown there. So with that big 50-yard touchdown run, and then number 40 Porter out there with 23-yard touchdown run. So there's a couple other guys getting in there, getting carries. Figure we go ahead and save the excruciating nature of getting all that calculated up.
Let's do that. Again, those are your final stats brought to you by Westridge. Player of the game brought to you by Mini-Stop. Before or after the game, be sure to swing by Mini-Stop. Locally owned family store since 1980. Mini-Stop has a great selection of drinks, snacks, and more. Mini-Stop, fueling Trojans for nearly 40 years, located on the northwest corner of the four-way stop in Girard. And, we talked a lot about it, and it's not ideal when your player of the game is a punter. But I think Chandler Humble on defense and on special teams a little bit as well, but then your punter, Caden Lolleman, got to be your player of the game. I mean, he had a really good punt, really helped change the field, because if he's not kicking as well as he is, the score could have been worse because of field position. And so I think Caden Lolleman, our player of the game, as the punter in this ball game, in a 54-7 game. That's pretty much what you can expect.
So we'll see what he's looking like in the future too. Just a freshman.
Oh, absolutely, tons of experience he'll get, and that's always good to get on the field. That's going to do it for us here tonight. The Trojans' final score 54-7, fall to the Columbus Titans. Again, we'll be back in action next Friday. Our pregame coverage will start at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock from Frank Jameson Field right here on Girard Sports Live. We'll have that game for you, and be sure to go back, watch this game, watch last week's game. That's a good part. You can do it on YouTube.com and search Girard Sports Live. Follow us on Facebook as well at Facebook.com. Subscribe to YouTube and follow us on Facebook at Girard Sports, Facebook.com/Girard Sports Live. That's going to do it for us. Thanks to Josh Lettner, who was running camera. Zach, my partner here. Good night from Columbus. Trojans fall tonight to the Titans.
Good night, guys.
This is Trojan football on your new home for Trojan athletics, Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Brumback Service Center, Call Service, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Chris Paoni, DDS, Community National Bank and Trust, Evans Motors, Exchange State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Fort Scott Community College, Girard National Bank, G&W Foods Family Super, Hydrix TV and Appliance, Canar Eye Care, Lehman Realty, Larrett Ceramics, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Medical Lodges Girard, Mini Stop, Norris Outdoor, Pearls and Curls Boutique, Producers Cooperative Association, TJ Belcher at State Farm Insurance, and Westridge Assisted Living. This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.